It's on. Right. There we go. There you go. Oh. Get that out of the way. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, there it is. Ah. Oh my god, that's squeakiness. Jesus Christ. Hey. Don't be poking at my shit. Yeah, pup. Don't be poking at my shit. Hell no, bro. I disapprove of that. I disapprove. Man, I must really had to get a reality check with inflation today because fucking hell, things are expensive. And I felt like I was being more economical. So that's that for food supplies. I pretty much just like covered food supplies for camping, basically. Stuff for myself, mainly. I actually got these little MREs that I found. Just playing Armor Reforger on Xbox. This douchebag keeps sniping me every time I respawn. Damn. Yeah, but I got these like little Mountain House Adventure meals. Like there are these freeze-dried like little meals. So you'll put like a cup and a third of boiling water in. Seal it up. You let it sit for a little bit. You open it up and you got like a little meal. So got a couple of those. I also got, because I know this will be hella useful for like burgers, sausages, sausage patties. Go check this little sucker out. Look at this bad boy. Pop this open and boom. Boom, son. Well, I didn't mean to have it upside down when doing that, but basically all you have to do is just put your foods around there and then it's like, boom. Or I could just slap some ass. Either way. Well, that would be nice and useful. Oh. I also got this cool, nice, like you raise your hand sentiment. Wait, what? One thing I really like about this version of Armor, the ability to adjust heights at great distances, like raise your hand sense to make it more effective. You know you can do that in the original Arma, right? Like in the PC version. You know you can do it there too, right? And also, I bring forth Lamp. For a little $10 left, you can't go wrong. This would be really nice for having this in my little tent. That's pretty much what I have it for. It's just like a little tent light. So, that'd be dope. The reload animations are really realistic. Well, I mean, it's reforged. I'm assuming it's like a mod that it's in conjunction with like Arma, obviously in this case, where they probably like tweak some of the animations and some other shit like that, so it actually makes it more compatible. And they probably do a couple other things to the engine too to make it a little bit more compatible for console. They probably do some shit to make it, you know, so it's able to work. Also, I'm low-key assessing damage from this raid in this game in Kenshi because I had a bunch of motherfuckers raid me. But luckily, they didn't really take anything. They actually initially raided my food stores, but there's really barely any food that was taken. It was just like one spot where there was food jacked, and pretty much all of it's back. It's like this clan called Black Dragon Ninjas. And they really fucking hate me for some reason, because they keep raiding me, even though I've never met them before. So these Black Dragon Gendens, like, they literally keep fucking, like, showing up and raiding me every now and then. But they have no armor. So, it's like every time that they show up to try to, like, fuck around and find out, they literally get slaughtered. Outside of maybe, like, 2 or 3 of them that are able to slip away and escape. But then there's, like, 3 or 4 of them that are all, like, limping away, trying to run off and shit, and they just get fucked. I also bought another bowl, too. So now I have 2 guard bowls and a pack bowl for caravanning. And, so hopefully that should also make it so I can kind of lessen the amount of guards I need, and they could be put into more other production jobs. Because I actually have a lot of stuff, you know, when it comes to production in this game that I think would be pretty cool to check. I have to go into my longhouse production house. So we'll just kind of have it like right here. Here we go. Boop. So right here, this is, hey, Suka, hey, asshole. Hold on, I have to deal with him. Okay, sit down. Sit down over there. Look what you did, asshole. Hey, no. Sit in the chair. Sit in the chair. Sit in the chair. Sit in the chair. Or just get away from it. Just get away from that bag, okay? Jesus. Anyway, so right here is a hemp fabrics loom. It's a fabric loom for hemp. So yeah, because I have a little small hemp farm, so every now and then I could produce fabrics. Which, if we go to the other side of our longhouse, right over here is my medical bay, which obviously requires some fabrics, you know, to produce these things. So I kind of have like my little medical production area for my medic guy, Saint Aramid, because he's my main medic, and I have him also being the production man as well when making some basic things. So this is new. I just put this in, which is a fabrics clothing mill. So I have that kind of on the other side right over here. And right here is electrical components production, which obviously just, you know, I got to get some copper. And luckily for me, I have copper right there. And I have copper literally right there. So copper is like right next to me. So it's not hard to, you know, get that going. And over here, my favorite means of making money, my grog. Because I have a fat ass wheat straw farm, and I'm using it to make bread and grog. And I also have a cactus farm where I'm producing sake or rum, cactus rum, but it doesn't really make me that much money, so I don't really prioritize it as much. But I have my cactus farmer also working this as well. So once he's done farming up the cactus, he just goes over here and makes it up in there. Which I need to get him into cooking as well, because I have a little cooking stove area, like kind of like a little kitchen house of some sort. Kind of this little basic little house that I kind of really need to add stuff to. It's just really empty. And funny enough, this is the first house though, and it's empty. But either way, I have like a little kitchen area, I suppose, like a very tiny one. And I just need to like fucking make him, you know, figure out what I can make, especially with cactus, because I don't think there's anything in here. Bread, raw meat, rice weed, and green fruit. I can't make that because rice weed will not grow in the desert. Food cube is green fruit and bread. So I could potentially make that if I can get some more green fruit, so I can actually make my green fruit farm go. A dust witch, cactus, and bread. Okay, well there's something. Cooked vegetables, green fruit, and water. So there are things in here that I can make. I just... Ooh, cheese sticks? Okay. Yeah, but... Yeah, so all in all, there's things in here that I can make, you know, food-wise. I just need to kind of make a queue up. And rice weed would be the only one I would actually have to buy, or just get, you know, something like that. I have to figure that part out, because where my village is, like, it can't exactly farm that. It can farm pretty much everything else about it. We take a Zukov camping? Of course I am. Be fool not to. Be first time camping, of course I'm taking him camping. Here, I'm gonna have a meat wrap set up. You know, hold on. Actually, I know what I can do pretty easily. You can do a dust witch. There we repeat the queue, and we'll also have a meat wrap. I wish I could do Gohan, because that's basically just rice and vegetables, but I need green fruit and rice weed, which is rice. I could do green fruit and cooked vegetables, but I need to obviously have green fruit. So there's some stuff in here that I can make, I just can't exactly get everything quite going. Can I actually upgrade my cooking stove? I guess not. Okay. Oh well. Yeah, but man, there's severed limbs everywhere. Oh my god. This is why I love these bulls, bro. Like, every time they, like, they'll knock out everybody, but, you know, the main target they hit, they fuck up. And if they get back up and they regain consciousness to try to fight you again, they're heavily crippled. So, if you get rammed by these bulls that I have, which now I have 2 of them, well, 3 technically, because my pack bull is basically my guard bull when it's not, you know, traveling, you know, selling supplies or getting supplies back and shit like that. So it's like if any of them like just ram or, you know, like just start charging and shit like that, dude, like animals in this game are actually a little OP. Not even gonna lie, a little OP. Game Pass. Well, I don't have a Series X, nor do I have Game Pass right now. I haven't had a need to have it for quite a while, and just all things considered, so I haven't renewed it. Animals in Kenshi are incredibly OP. Dude, for real, bro. Like, honestly, they're not that hard to kill. Like, if they're in the wild, outside of certain animals, like beak things and shit like that. But if you have some yourself, like the Garus, I'm not too sure. Especially the long necks, as I call them. Yeah, the beak things, or the gutters. I think they're technically called gutters. But in the, like, the lore, they're basically, from what I understand, gutters, but everybody, you know, like, you know, kind of like the social cultural senses, they're just called beak things. Because that's just, you know, because obviously in Kenshi, most people aren't exactly educated or, you know, have a sense of, you know, old knowledge or, you know, anything like that, so they just see those things and call them, well, beak things. It's in the name. For the longest time in the game, I honestly thought they were, like, blind or something because I didn't see where their eyes were, but when I heavily zoomed in on them, I saw where their little weird eyes were, and I'm like, oh god, dude, these things are really disturbing. At least, like, the bone dogs and bone wolves actually look kind of cute in art depictions, but those beak things, even in animations, look fucking gross and disturbing. Like, I honestly wouldn't mind having a bone dog, or like a bone wolf, because they actually look pretty cool. I mean, at least in some of the artist depictions and loading screens and stuff, I mean, they pretty much look like bony-ass wolves with little floppy, like golden retriever ears or something. Strangely cute. Beak thing eggs are very valuable. Oh, yeah, they are. They're like 4,500 cats or some shit like that. That's worth a lot of money. There's just nothing in it. Okay. Let's watch this one streamer who made bank selling them. Oh, dude, I made bank selling them. That's how I got my base started. I was holding on to those on top of just, like, you know, some just raw building materials to start, you know, a house up. And a bunch of blueprints and all sorts of shit. I just, like, you know, before I actually settled, I kind of had, like, the basic beginnings of, you know, getting a fuckload of money and being able to, you know, kind of get a base started. So what I first did was I bought, like, a little shack in Flats Lagoon and used that as a research bench to kind of research a bunch of other shit. So once I get my base actually prospected and settled, I could just rapid build. Which is what happened now at this point. Like, I have 2 new buildings that are just finished constructing last night. And I don't have use for them quite yet, but I'm going to use one of these as a store or like a shop, potentially. And then this bug house, like this one that's on top of this little, like, ledge here, I'm thinking of making this kind of like my hall, like Ignar's great little hall. Because my main character, Ignar, is still alive, and if anything, is actually pretty badass now at this point, so. Has taxman shown up yet demanding you pay taxes or get fucked? I don't think I'm in Holy Nation or United States territory. So, I don't have any problems with taxation or anything like that. As far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty much a free town. I've also renamed it from Ignarsburg to Syndica. You know, because of my little faction I'm building up, the syndicates. So, you know, I've just kind of made it like the little, you know, offshoot capital of it in the meantime. And also I'm thinking about maybe potentially shrinking my walls down a little bit. And for some reason, like, whenever I get caravans or, like, raids, they, like, this is weird. Here, I'll do this real quick just to kind of show. Oops. So, they, like, usually any, like, raids or caravans or whoever the fuck that usually show up will come from this section. But they literally go all the way over here to this gate, go on the other side of it, and then they start their little, like, hey, we're here, you know, type of thing. Whether because they're gonna raid you or because they're wanting to trade with you, you know, or whichever, you know. It's just like, I don't know why they go basically on the other side of my base before they actually interact with it. Because they'll, like, walk in the middle of, like, the little, like, main center of this place and, like, not interact with anybody, you know, or none of, you know, my guys interact with them. And then basically, it's so weird. I don't get it. The only hands. Only hands. I'm honestly near the Holy Lands, actually thinking about it. At least in Kenshi. Yeah, like, cause I can show you where they are at conjuncture to where I'm at. So, here's me, Syndica. Which I think these are the bandits that are raiding me. They're basically kind of elitist. Oh my god, do we mind? Thank you. Anyway, so there's my little home plate. But the Holy Nation, like the weird religious fanatics, they're over here. So this is about as far south as they are. Like, here's some holy mines, which looks like they're a very small little mine area. A bunch of mines throughout this little area, and they have a town called Bad Teeth here. And this is kind of like their little holy lands, like this valley. This is like considered holy lands, where they have like Blister Hill's another town, and Stack is another one of their towns. And then there's the hub, which is like a little tiny border zone place. And then like the Shet Kingdom is like over here somewhere. Squin is like, you know, one of their towns, I think. Adamag is another one. But up here is the United Cities, and this is like where the feudalistic slavers are. Like, you got a stone camp, which is, by the way, a bit just a slave camp. So you got a port. What's over here? Oh yeah, here's a slave farm, which I'm going to liberate at some point. Like, I'm gonna kind of like see what else I can find here for like slave camps and shit, and like kind of liberate their asses. Because I'm not too far away from it, but I really need to avoid going through this region here, lest I get hit with laser beams, and I don't want to get hit with that. But over here is a really nice, profitable zone, especially for a lot of the components and materials that I need. So this is why I also kind of set up where I did, because it's like a less than a day trip to get over here. About same time going over here. Haven't been here yet, and it's also pretty close to the hub and this way station, which has a lot of cool stuff in here as well. And also not too far away from there. And plus, I can also go to this place called the Smuggler's Bar, which is over here, that has some recruitables. So at least with the, you know, over time I can actually start building up my population a little more, and, you know, get some more people there so I can start getting more streamlined production going on. Because it's kind of like off and on with production and stuff, with like rum and my grog and shit like that, mainly just because I have like one person, you know, doing like 2 or 3 or 4 different things. So I need to have like a few characters basically, you know, having just one dedicated job, and that's it. Is swirl over my cat's face. Well, that's just fucked up. That poor cat, bro. That's just fucked, bro. It's fucked up, man. What are you doing that to your cat for, bro? What are you doing that to your cat for? That poor cat. You know what? I'm also thinking about maybe hitting the Smuggler's Bar so I can maybe see about finding some recruits and selling some of my gear. Or selling my supplies. And also a lot of the gear that was picked up from these bandits that raided me. these Black Dragon ninjas, because for some reason they don't like me. I've never met this faction before, ever, but for some reason they want to raid my ass. Like, I don't know where they are in conjunction to anything. I don't know where their bases are all set up or anything. I've never bothered looking them up in the game about, like, where they're mainly set up, who's, like, the leader of their fucking gang or whatever. But frankly, if I could find out where they're at, I'm, like, taking out every Black Dragon ninja in this game and wiping them out, because they basically unconditionally have been raiding my ass, even though I don't know who the fuck they are, and it's just like, nope, Like, these Black Dragon ninjas are done now. Like, they've indiscriminately raided me, like, 3 times already. It's like the Dust Bandits and Starving Bandits that are, like, literally, like, that swarm in my place, but are more of, like, fleas annoying me more than anything. Like, that's bad enough. You damn ninjas trying to raid me and my food. You get diabetes from eating somewhere like 10 to 12 s'mores in a row, asking for me. You're probably very higher, like, you have probably a higher likelihood of getting diabetes. Other cat, hey, what happened? I don't want to talk about it. I have 6 of them. No, 6 cats have you. Yeah, that's pretty much just how it works. Pretty much. Diabetes black. Yeah, I'd like to get some of that diabetes black there, please, sir. Man, I honestly kind of feel bad for the settled nomads that are, like, in that little village that's not too far away from me. You can actually see them. I keep doing this back and forth, but goddamn it, I swear I'll stop at some point. But these settlers, these nomads, you can see their town. They're actually right there in comparison to where I'm at. But they keep getting fucked up, man. Like, I feel bad for them because, like, every time I, like, check up on them, there's either, like, Starving Bandits attacking them, Dust Bandits attacking them, Big Things attacking them, like, some fucking wildlife of something attacking them. It's just like, man, they don't catch a break. And unfortunately, like, a lot of the, like, half of their animals kind of died, so it's like their main source of, you know, value is actually kind of dwindled a little bit. It's like, that's not really good. They are kind of friendly with me, though, at this point. Still neutral, because they tend to want to be left alone, hence their nomadic lifestyle. But, I mean, it's just like, still, I mean, they're getting a little more friendly with me. If anything, I think in that, like, tiny little gap in between these 2 little, like, lagoons in this desert, I'm thinking of just leaving this unwalled, because, frankly, it's just easy access, you know, to the settlement. And plus, honestly, like, I would be able to see where, you know, any enemies are coming from, because they have to go all the way around pretty much anything. Which is honestly why I like this spot. Like, I mean, you can have your walls more way off in the distance, so you can kind of, you know, see the enemy come up, you know, a little farther out, and then with that, you can basically, you know, kind of prep, you know, for an attack, you know, a little bit easier, instead of everything being so, like, tight-knit and close together. Because that's what I noticed in this game. Pretty much, like, every town is all, like, all really nice and smushed together. But, at least for me, I've kind of spread my shit out a lot. And I feel like it honestly works a little better, because also that means any raids that happen, they all have to essentially, like, keep running to one building, and then they have to go to, like, the other side, you know, to this other building, but go on the other side of it, because that's where the door of that one is. It's like they have to, like, you know, run all the way around and, you know, kind of get distracted trying to chase shit, or start getting attacked by my dudes. So it makes it a little bit more inconvenient for any raids that tend to come up on my place. Which luckily doesn't really happen, and they get crushed really quickly. That's what I love about Kenshi, honestly, because just like, I mean, at first I was kind of annoyed with it, because like, I keep dying, and like, what the fuck, but pretty much after a while, once I started getting the hang of it, I pretty much have stuck with that character so far, and it's like the 52nd day in on this one character. I'm like, alright, we'll try this time, you know, see if this start works. And it actually did, and now I'm building up a village. Struggled a little bit, now I've, like, popped off strong. I just need to get more recruits, that's pretty much about it. Just kind of let everybody do their thing, because a lot of them are, like, healing themselves. Why is there a dude just recovering a coma in the middle of the fucking just ground? Zan, my little hiver bro. What are you doing? What is this guy doing? I think this is just a victim of one of the raid that I just had. Well, he's just knocked out. He's not dead. He's fine, but like, he's just like, no one bothered to pick him up and put him in a bed. Like, I have beds on these roofs, and like, no one bothered to just like pick him up and just put him there. Like, nobody. They just left him there. So you just left him in the desert. He's actually gonna recover from his coma. It looks like when his chest is no longer -2 and goes down to like 0, then he'll be okay. So he doesn't really need to be picked up or anything. He'll get up. Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll get up in a minute. Yeah, it's like kind of, you know, scrumped over and like crumpled and barely breathing, but he's fine. Poor little Zan. Poor buddy. Is he the only one that's in a coma? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, everyone else is... Oh, wait, no. My guy who's in charge of making my fucking grog is out. And the guy that also works on my hemp farm and on my fabric loom, which is for the hemp. He's also knocked out. Oh my god, he's gonna be a while. He's gonna be sitting there for a minute. My boy Finn. How can we make money if you're knocked out? I can't make money without you, with you knocked out, not making grog. Make some fine drinks. Whoa, little sandstorm came through. Whoa. It's actually good for my power. Whoa, yeah, my power just surged up because I have these windmills. You just drank 3 triple shots? What is wrong with you? Why would you do that to yourself? Like, oh my god, son. Maybe I'll give it a save, because I think next time I pop in on this, I'm going to probably set my guys up to get ready for a little caravan trip, but I don't want to be doing that right now. Actually, before I do that, I gotta make sure my dudes are all awake and get my production going again, so I can get at least a few kings of grog. Actually, wait, no, hold on, I do. I have them in my fucking storage barrels. What am I saying? Because now everything's starting to, you know, get all built up and shit. So now I'm getting like some storage and some other shit going on. I almost totally forgot about those. Because I have like, you know, some rum barrels and some grog barrels, you know, to save all that shit. Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, this game Kenshi is honestly, it's just like, I wasn't too sure how fun it really was going to be until I honestly started playing it. Because the whole premise of, yeah, you can pretty much do whatever the hell you want really is true. Because, yeah, slowly but surely, and I could kind of see how, like, you know, if there's an arc you want to take, you can slowly build up to it. If you make the right choices, that is, I guess. Yeah, because if, you know, you want to be like an anti-slaver John Brown rebellionist, you know, or some shit like that, then you can do it. I mean, if you want to get an easier start and work with the anti-slavers that are already a faction, then you gotta make the right choices. And also make the right start for your character. Unlike what I did. They don't like this. Anti-slavers hate the Traders Guild because the Traders Guild's okay with, you know, slavers because they're part of the United Cities, which is what I unknowingly started my character as, and thus they immediately attack me on sight. So I have to earn their trust, which it's a little bit harder, but hey, you know, might be on my own, but that's fine. Slowly building up my troops and my fortresses. Besides, if I have like a few freed slaves with me, tag along, I mean, that will actually also be another way for them to gain their trust. Be like, oh, you have freed slaves with you. And they're not slaves themselves. You know, they're just freed. Huh? He usually likes to hang out in that other room.
Not there. I don't want him to be trailed to you.
Zukov's all knocked out. Oh shit, TJ's live? Oh, damn. What's he getting into? Alex Jones moved from orbit. She-Hulk director lame excuses. Dick Cheney returns and more. Ooh. Oh, he's only been streaming for like 37 minutes? Just a little longer than I have. What? I didn't get a notification. Damn you, YouTube. I would have started up more in tandem with this one. If I knew this. I'm still wanting to get banned from this chat. Dude, that is a little funny. I mean, he probably legit, had a mentality of like, oh, this guy's a troll from his fan base or something, so he's not worth the time, to, react to for your little troll. So that's probably why he did it. I'm sure if you went to his Discord or like hit him up and be like, hey, I was kind of memeing and creaming, I'm actually a fan of yours, blah blah blah, he might be able to unban you. He would just probably be like, just don't meme like that again, or some shit, like, but, I'm sure he'd be alright. If just, hit him up and be like, hey, I like you, I just was doing that for the memes. Wink. I mean, honestly, it's just like, he's still a lib, so, I mean, it's like, you can't really be too radical with, about it. You have to, like, slowly wing it in. Like, I mean, that's how Hunter started. I mean, he got slowly won in on some libness. So we have to kind of slowly win him in on some of the leftness, too. Slowly but surely. We can't, like, meme it too hard. You can still meme it, just not too hard. Anyway. Yeah, Teej. And what are we going off about right now?
It's really fun.
It's really fun.
Alex Jones put dirt in TJ's eye. But TJ, you helped found InfoWars. Oh, fuck, you're right! I forgot that I did that! Oh my god, no!
Damn.
You're so right.
Oh wait, I'm like a little behind.
I've literally never supported Alex Jones. Like, literally go to my channel, and just go to my videos and type in Alex Jones. There's plenty of videos about Alex Jones. None of them are in support. None of them are like, Alex Jones is a smart guy who knows what's what.
Anyone who claims that is a moron.
Like, literally fucking shit on him a million ways from Sunday. I've already said that, I don't know, you guys, like, it's kind of funny you guys are, like, making up 6 out of 10 on the impression. Well, Scotty does a better one than me. I've never been really all that great at,
globalists.
I feel like my,
those goddamn globalists.
Hot-belly vampire goblins are hobbling around coming after us. Yeah, that is a true Alex Jones quote.
There's hobgoblins running around everywhere, I tell you.
Waco.
Those goddamn hobgoblins are demons. The deep state globalists are running everything. Taking those little goblins and feeding them a drink.
But I'm glad the parents of Sandy Hook.
Goddamn fucking Alex Jones, man.
President Randy Weingarten said in a tweet, lawyers for the Sandy Hook family suing Jones contend he has tried to hide evidence of his true wealth in various shell companies. Like most
of course he was.
Do. During his testimony, Jones was confronted with a memo from one of his business managers outlining a single day's gross revenue of $800,000 from selling vitamin supplements and other products through his website.
Damn.
Which would approach nearly $300 million in a year. Jones called it a record sales day. Yeah, well, that's not typical.
That's not a typical day, that's a sales day.
This guy is probably considerably richer than what he fucking lets
Oh
on.
Yeah, he is. Dude, Alex Jones is a rich fuck, bro.
He's probably not clearing $800,000 gross sales a day. He's
used to.
He's probably
honestly, I'll say he probably used to. Yeah, I'll probably say maybe nowadays it's probably like a better day for him. But I mean, that's what he most likely. That's more likely, if anything, what he probably was making on average. Dead ass. I mean, it's just like for nowadays. I mean, probably not as much, but. It's just like, yeah, he's still making fucking bank off his shit, dude. He isn't exactly suffering, when it comes to finances.
On the witness stand, during impromptu news conferences, and on his show, his erratic behavior is unusual by courtroom standards, and the judge scolded him, telling him at one point, "This is not your show." I mean, you're asking Alex Jones not to Alex Jones. Like, come on.
The judge is a deep state demon globalist. Like, he actually thought she was like, some agent of like, or possessed and shit.
That the best thing for
Judge possessed
speaking is to go in this courtroom and like act like a fucking normal human being. He knows that because portions of it are televised, there's no fucking way he can do that. He has to fucking come across like Alex Jones because he knows his fans are watching.
Yep.
And if they see him go out there and just be like, yes, my name is Alex Jones. I mean, a lot of what I do is actually performance art, you know? Like, he's done it, which he did in his divorce trial, by the way. Like, when it came to his divorce trial, which was not televised, you got a whole other Alex Jones in that courtroom.
Yeah.
Because he knew that people...
That's kind of reason why that quote came out about how a lot of his shit is performance art, because he was allowed to be more real instead of a fake.
But in this trial, you didn't get that. Because he knew that people can see him. He knew that his audience is watching. So he can't fucking do the whole, like, oh, well, I'm just a... It's just all...
And from my understanding, this is only one of two, because there's, like, 2 other families that sued him as well. So it's just, like... I mean, all in all, like, this motherfucker is going to be trying more than once, you know, with this type of shit, because it's going to be televised for all 3, I guarantee. I mean, there ain't no way he's going to fucking not, you know, play it up like he already has. Even though he's making himself look more like a fucking moron and more stupid and incompetent by the day. If anything, even his own fucking lawyers are undermining his ass. Quote, accidentally leaking the fucking Sandy Hook tweets, and he was just caught red-handed with that shit, lying.
But they would have been even more brutal. Like, he had to do that. That was bare minimum, just like legal strategy shit. Like, give me a break. But anyway, I decided I was gonna go check out his InfoWars shit.
Oh my god, hold up. What is that on the right with, like, the fucking LGBT flags? Like, is it meant to look all bloody or something? Like, you know, some blood splatters or, like, there or something? This is blood splatters west of civilization with the globalist takeover. It's like, what? Oh my god, dude.
Is it live now? Yeah, I think it's still live.
The studio today, and with Alex in the court case.
Why is that a botched Will Ferrell clone?
World stage.
See, it sucks because when I was getting ready for this show, I went on here and Alex Jones was the one talking. But now it's whoever the fuck this guy is.
We're watching the
yeah, who's this lame fuck?
The judicial system, in my opinion, right here in Austin, Texas. What they've done to Alex, in my opinion, is a kind of railroading, and it's an abandonment of the very pillars that keep society functioning.
Amen, man.
Oh,
Society
yeah, nailing it.
Dudes are allowed to go out
nailing it.
say that a bunch of kids getting shot in the head was false and, like, send his fucking goons to go torture the parents of dead children. Without that, our society surely will crumble.
Without any of this, our society shall crumble.
We don't have a
Western man shall fall.
Unbiased judicial system. If we don't have a functioning Sixth Amendment, where people are able to present witnesses and evidence in their own defense, or to testify.
So Jones was not allowed to show witnesses in his own defense? Did he not have a lawyer? Like, was it just like, no, sorry, Alex. No witnesses.
Like, he absolutely can. Like, he's just not doing that. Probably because it knows it will undermine him further. I mean, it's just like, he's not exactly, like, the brightest bulb in the box, but he's smart enough to know that, you know, he can't fuck himself over that hard. You know, at this point, I guarantee he probably ain't trusting his lawyers anymore.
So, yeah, unfortunately, Alex was on earlier. I wish they'd let you...
Or having different lawyers for the next trials.
Because he was on himself earlier talking shit. Oh wait, what's this?
Whoa, whoa.
Is this something? Hold up.
Whoa.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's just this thing. Some previous re-recorded shit. Let's see. Breaking. Jury reaches verdict in Alex Jones' case. We can watch his little toady, Owen Schroyer, talk about it. I wish we had Alex on it. Maybe next stream we'll have him.
Wow, so intense with that intro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Owen Schroyer back here.
Dude, why is that drop? Why did the right wing have to have, like, shit that bops?
Embraced it. They're not pretending anymore.
Oh my god, why is he in a church? His background was a church, like some cathedral, dude.
Opened up the show with, and that's when I explained.
Right, why is his background a cathedral?
The modern day liberal, progressive, Democrat left are now accepting their role as the bad guy. They've now anymore.
Oh my god, dude, what?
You have the moral high ground. They've removed the mask. They know they're.
Remember when you burned?
Oh yeah, they removed the mask, like a lot of the religious Christian fanatics.
Now they've accepted the role. They like it.
Cool.
What, like the Christian fanatics?
Where the villain makeup.
19
1940 and post 1940 in Nazi Germany, if you were still serving Hitler, you knew what you were doing. Like,
Yeah. What?
What?
Hitler? Wait, so a jury
Oh, this is,
Saying
dude,
Alex Jones
what is, like, this is, like, Owen,
lied about a bunch of
fuck, dude, like, oh my god, man, like, what in the hell,
parents.
like, oh my god, you know, just, like, democratic, woke, progressive, left thing, just, like, literally every buzzword I could think of that I don't like, you know, they've just accepted, you know, being the guys that are just the bad guys now. It's just like, it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I mean, that's just so comical, especially with, like, you know, these motherfuckers who are just so brazen about, like, taking away these women's rights and, you know, pushing to try to suppress queer rights and shit. It's just like, what, like, yeah, oh, yeah, it's the progressive left and the wokes and the Democrat, or, like, pretty much all the buzzwords that you've listed that are all, like, you know, taking the bad guy trope here. Yeah, it's like, give me a break. So that's the guy who literally has a fucking cathedral for your fucking backdrop, motherfucker.
Like, you literally just said that because a jury convicted Alex
Like,
Jones,
oh my god.
not convicted of anything, just like he lost a lawsuit. Like there was a judgment against him, like a monetary judgment against
Hey, he wasn't even convicted of that. He should be convicted. Like, he should be convicted of some crimes, honestly, but yeah, he wasn't convicted.
and basically fucking like calling the parents liars and sending his audience after them to harass them because he did that. And a jury didn't like it and awarded the fucking people who he emotionally fucking tormented money. That's somehow akin to, like, people siding with Hitler, you know, during the Holocaust? Like, how?
I mean, a lot of these same people literally at this point are also saying that, like, abortion's even worse than the Holocaust. Like, I mean, they're basically using, like, these fucking far-right motherfuckers are also just basically using the Holocaust as their own little token, like, little, you know, virtue point to be like, you know, it's like, this stuff is worse, you know, trying to emphasize how bad shit is, even though, like, you know, the Holocaust is literally a cajillion times worse than pretty much anything they're freaking out about. But that's, like, the whole point, is because they're trying to emphasize how bad this shit is, because, oh, everyone knows the Holocaust was bad.
Remotely comparable.
This is kind of the same shit.
you knew at that point what you were doing.
Uh-huh.
We've crossed the threshold now. They now know what they're doing. They now know they're the bad guys. They now know they're the tyrant.
You're... I'm gonna just go on a limb here and say, like, the dude who fucking looked at a bunch of dead kids and was like, it's all a lie, don't fucking steal our guns! I'm gonna say that's probably the bad guy.
Yeah, a little bit.
How many geese do you think Alex Jones will be able to take in a fight? He's a big dude. Geese are not that strong. They are kind of intimidating. They
are
ballsy,
aggressive
you know?
as fuck.
They'll come at you.
Especially a whole pack of them.
142 geese.
142?
They fucking finally wore them down.
I was gonna say like 20.
You know?
Don't fuck with Canadian geese, man. They're around here, bro. They'll fuck you up.
They now know they're the murderers of civilization.
I can't take this. Murderers of civilization, my guy.
Civilization is over. Today, civilization. I mean, like, I literally.
Hats
cannot
off for
believe
civilization,
the level
man.
of
Rip.
hyperbole being engaged in here.
I know, dude. We're just hats off civilization. You know, today was the day. It had its rap. It was rap. It was rap for civilization. You know, because of these damn woke, Democrat, liberal, progressive buzzwords. You know, it's just like they fucking. You know, they destroyed it all, man. Now it's just over. It's over. It's all over, man. Let's pack it up. Let's go off. Time to return the monkey. They took it down. Took it all down, brother. Like, what the fuck?
Like, give me a break, dude. Even if you want to.
Is this what they have now at this point? It's just hyperbolic fear-mongering? Because essentially is what I am getting from a lot of these far-right fucks now these days. Is that they're all triggered, fear-mongering, you know, in the, like, the most extreme ways possible.
I would accept that as like a reasonable fucking position. I wouldn't agree with it, but I would see the reasonableness of it. But you've literally come on here and said, like, anybody who supports this is Hitler, this is the death of civilization. Like, what? You're a lunatic. This is not the fucking death of civilization, okay? It's not even fucking close. This isn't even like the speed bump.
The speed.
Civilization.
The
right?
speed bump. It's barely like, you know, one of those like loose gravel like rocks that you drive over. Like, I mean, it's barely that. Like, you barely notice it. It's just like a little, like all the shock absorbance in the transmission and like trans shit. Like,
I will say that.
like it fucking absorbs
Alex Jones
it.
must be destroyed.
Okay.
Because he put his entire
What?
life and will against them for 20 plus years. And so when you saw the lawyers from
what?
the other side today, which by the way, I mean, let's just assume that the lawyers for the plaintiffs are really upstanding and good people. So I'm sure
They're more upstanding and good than you.
the time of this verdict, right? I'm sure.
I mean, well, yeah, of course they are. They're lawyers. Like, what?
Yeah, they still need to get paid, bro. Like, no shit. I mean, what? It's like, what, they're working for free?
It's basically like, were Alex Jones's lawyers paid? I'm pretty sure lawyers do what they do for money. They're lawyers. They're not fucking philanthropists, okay? Lawyers are, scumbags. They make fucking shit tons of money. I'm sure those lawyers are gonna see a nice, big old healthy chunk of those millions of dollars in judgment, alright?
Oh, I
No
bet.
doubt about that. What does that have to do with anything, though?
The lawyers will not see a penny of this
They'll
verdict
see
because
plenty of
they
pennies of that verdict.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna see plenty.
No, they will.
What
did it for
the
Sandy
fuck?
Hook parents, and they did it for the right reason. So I'm sure they're not going to see a penny.
Can we do, like, some financial lawsuits against this guy, too, and just the rest of InfoWars and all the commentators on it as well? Because, oh my god, like, none of this is reality. Like, he's not, like, this dude is literally saying the exact opposite of reality.
$40+ million of the verdict. I'm sure that that's not what they're doing this for.
Yeah, I mean, who cares? That's their job. We as a society have agreed that lawyers are a thing. That's like part of our court system. Lawyers don't work for free, they work for money. So yeah, if a lawyer gets a big fucking judgment, they get paid.
No shit.
This is not new.
I mean, honestly, if anything, I think lawyers are, you know, like, having them honestly can be a good thing. Because if anything, they're like another brain and another mind that kind of can help, you know, make, you know, the best case for either your defense or for your argument against the defense. It's just like, I mean, they're useful. Like, like, if anything, it's like, I hate but love them, you know, because, like, they're, you know, really good, you know, when they're actually, like, you know, legitimately good at, you know, the craft and shit and at their job, but they're shit because of, well, you know, how much of, you know, money-making little weasels they are. And, you know, there are a lot of them that just suck because they're just trying to find a way to make the most amount of money at it at the end of the day. Like, just, you know, in fact, honestly, frankly, most lawyers probably suck. But, I mean, there's definitely some good ones out there, though.
Some new fucking thing that just arose in the Alex Jones. Like, this could literally be used against any punitive judgment in history. Yeah, well, you know what, guys? Guess what? There was this lawsuit today, you know, and, you know, so this person won some money, but guess what? Their lawyer also got paid, so case invalidated, bro. Case invalidated. Like, what?
People earn money off of
That's
this.
not even...
Invalid.
Yeah, lawyers get paid for being lawyers. That's not news. That's not breaking news. That's not an argument.
I'm sure. I wonder if we'll see their financial records. Like they went through Alex Jones, made a bunch of claims, and then presented none of the claims as evidence to the jury. But understand.
I mean, it seems like the jury was convinced. You know, so I don't know.
And also, why does it fucking matter about looking at financial records of fucking lawyers? Like, what the fuck? How much of a paranoid fucking freaky weirdo do you have to be?
I guess they presented enough claims for the jury to be like, yeah, we believe it. Like, are we gonna go against the jury system now? Should we not have juries? Like, what? Like, we should just dismantle court systems as they've existed? I mean, I'm not opposed to it necessarily. If you have an idea for a better way to do things, I mean, I doubt that you're gonna be the source of it, but hey, I'll hear you out. But, like, what you're talking about is literally how civil trials have been run forever. Yeah, you have lawyers that are on the side of the defendant.
I can't believe TJ has to explain this to a motherfucker like this.
And they each get to present their arguments, and then at the end of the fucking trial, the jury says, who won? And then they get to decide that, and then they can award the money, or they can say, no, this was bullshit. And in this instance, they said, this is not bullshit, this is a legit case. Alex Jones is a piece of shit. We sentence him to pay $50 million to these people.
And good.
That's what
he should. Because he
And
deserves
now you're
to.
like, this is the death of civilization. This is Hitler. It's like, no. How is it Hitler? Like,
It just
draw me
doesn't.
the fucking, like,
It
show
isn't.
me on any level how this is fucking Hitler.
Do you want to get the most, like, incohesive spiderweb of nonsense in the world, TJ? Because that's how you're gonna get it. Like, there just isn't. There just literally
Those
isn't.
lawyers.
Kind of looks like an Amish Ewan McGregor. Or Conor McGregor, sorry. Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I was wondering
Amish
why he has the
Conor McGregor,
Amish
dude.
freaky beard.
Probably not as tough.
That I'm sure won't be taking a dollar of the millions they
Love your
just
makeup,
got.
TJ, thank you.
When those
Appreciate
lawyers
you.
stepped up today and they said this is about punishing Alex Jones and this is about making sure Alex Jones can never go on air again, that's them
I mean, what's wrong with that?
removing the mask. They're not pretending anymore. They're the bad guys.
No, this sounds like they're actually the good guys who give a fuck about reality and actually care about the parents of, you know, who have lost their children in a fucking shooting.
Now understand.
Yeah, I mean, in order for me to jump on board with that reasoning, I have to think that wanting Alex Jones off the air makes you a bad guy. I don't think it does.
It doesn't.
You know, I personally don't think that he should be, like, censored or anything, and I don't think this will censor him. I think that's all just fucking
Bullshit.
chest thumping coming from InfoWars.
Of course it is.
Because here's the fact of the matter.
I mean, that's just a way for them to try and garner more support.
Against him, there's nothing stopping him from fucking hopping on a webcam in front of a fucking microphone and doing whatever the fuck he wants. You know, it's not that fucking expensive to do. Even if they fucking drain him of every goddamn penny, there's always going to be people out there that want to hear from him. He's just been all over the national media. There's obviously going to be a bunch of people who are going to frame this exactly the way this guy is, as a massive free speech issue. So
Even though it
support
isn't.
is going to galvanize to Alex Jones. There's always going to be a fresh crop of suckers willing to pay him for his shit, and he's going to be just fucking fine. Might be a little broker, might be a lot broker. Might take him quite some time to financially recover from this.
I mean, I tend to agree with that. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, he's not gonna, like, lose his show or get deplatformed fundamentally, but it's just like, all in all, I mean, it does take a hit, you know, to him, to a degree. But, but, like, fundamentally, like, this is kind of, you know, a motherfucker that legit, you know, probably, you know, could legitimately do with a little bit of unironic cancellation. Like, legitimately. And not just, like, the weird Twitter cancel bullshit. I mean, like, actually, like, nah, you're done. You feel like, yeah, your shit's a wrap, son. Like, because, especially, because it's not just Sandy Hook that he's, like, outright have lied and have defamed and, you know, and pretty much have had his followers, you know, go after him and shit. It's, you know, it's been a lot of these fucking shootings. Like, I guarantee you, even these recent ones, you know, from Uvalde to Buffalo and all this other shit, like, I guarantee you he thinks those are fake. You know, so it's like, all in all, there's some motherfucker that, you know, is just like, you know, tries to use the whole free speech, you know, issue as, like, you know, a crutch, you know, for him to basically, you know, galvanize, you know, more hatred and more dangerous harassment and, you know, frankly, potential attacks on these, you know, on these fucking people. Because, I mean, there has been times where, you know, these Sandy Hook parents, on top of a lot of other, you know, families of victims, you know, in these shootings, have gotten outright death threats and have been pretty close, you know, probably meeting it. Because of these same motherfuckers. I mean, it's happened time and time again, you know, with, different, commentators and fucking actors and shit, you know, perpetrating this fucking bullshit. Like, there's, like, the Baby Killer Tiller, you know, nickname bullshit, you know, that, happened on O'Reilly's show, where where that doctor got fucking killed because of a fucking fan of his show. So it's just like, it's just another instance, you know, another case of one of these type of things. You know, so, I mean, every now and then, it's like, yeah, you know what, maybe there is a case, so, you know, a little censorship actually isn't necessarily bad. It actually probably is, you know, for a better of public good. It doesn't necessarily mean that, like, oh, all speech is bad, or, like, it must be censored or some shit, or, you know, in a sense of, like, setting precedent, because, frankly, these precedents have already been set, they just aren't enforced. Like, you can't, you know, like, you know, advocate direct, you know, threats of violence or harassment or defame and, you know, and all this other shit, you know, and slander. Like, you know, these are things that are limited when it comes to freedom of speech. especially when you're a public speaker like Alex Jones. So it's like you aren't held to the same level as like some random Joe Schmo saying his fucking opinion out in a bar because he's a little drunk or something. You know, it's like it's a little bit of a different thing there, bud. But they want to use it as like a whole little different thing and make it, you know, some bigger issue than it really fucking is. Or really a bigger issue of what it really isn't.
The air? Almost certainly not.
And this.
Censoring him is expected because he is an actual perpetrator, so make up your mind, TJ. I don't understand what you're saying. Censoring him is expected because he is an actual perpetrator. He's not a perpetrator. He didn't commit the crime. He didn't go out and shoot the kids himself. So I don't know what's being said there.
The biggest
I think that person wasn't exactly
in the 20th century
explaining himself well.
was Mao Zedong a communist and Adolf Hitler a socialist.
Hitler was not a socialist.
He was a
bro.
fascist, you fucking...
Mao Zedong is a communist. That's fair.
I mean, these motherfuckers love to deflect so much about Hitler. Calling him like a leftist or a socialist.
If you're gonna just ignore, like, literally every fucking tenet of you know, national quote-unquote socialism. By that standard, like, the DPRK is democratic and the Congo is democratic because they each have democratic in the name of the fucking country.
No shit.
That doesn't make, just like saying a word doesn't make you that thing. Just because you feel like this is the People's Democratic Republic of the Congo and this is the People's Democratic Republic of Korea, like, that doesn't make it a democratic republic. It's still a fucking, you know,
really
totalitarian dictatorship. Right?
Like, we're technically a democratic republic, but we really aren't. So,
you know, the elections are rigged. They're ceremonial at best. So yeah, like throwing the word socialist into your platform. Hitler, you know, the Nazis did that because there was a lot of fucking workers' parties at the time in Germany.
mainly the Communist Party of Germany,
Socialist.
KDP.
And so they wanted to piggyback on that. And so they threw it in there. But as soon as they took power, any fucking semblance of socialism that existed in their platform pretty much evaporated. And they
Because there never
ran
was
on
any.
a fucking platform that most fucking right-wingers would probably salivate at. So the idea that they're like socialists, if they're socialists, then the Republican Party is fucking socialist. Donald Trump is socialist at that point. Because his politics were way more similar to fucking Donald Trump than Mao Zedong.
And if we
They always forget that the guy who put lead in gas and the people he killed and messed up. What?
What?
learn what the leftist ideology does to civilization.
Yeah, they did literally kill the socialist Nazis, that's true.
The blood-soaked
I think Ursula was one of them.
leftist ideology.
Somebody was willing to work with the Nazis in hopes that, you know, some of the social ideas that he was more lucid with, like him being gay and shit, would be kind of looked over. But we all kind of know what happened to Rome. Kind of died.
Ideology and force on this planet in the 20th century. If we haven't learned that here in the
What does this have to do with anything, Mr. Sir?
It doesn't. It's a lot of Nazi dog
What are
whistling.
we talking about here? Because this
Talk about the fall of Western man and
and
civilization, especially because of these woke lefties and these buzzwords are all just Nazi talking points.
Being brought up as a issue of relevance in this trial. It seems like this is a massive deflection at this point, but okay.
21st century, folks, they're going to do it again.
All right.
And guess what? It'll be worse than...
Worse.
The only reason why it's gonna be worse is because of fucking Nazis like you there, buddy, you weird Amish-looking motherfucker.
They dung. It'll be worse than Hitler
Hell
because
yeah.
it will be worldwide.
Oh,
These people
man.
aren't looking...
Yes.
Oh, like it wasn't worldwide with Hitler either?
And it all begins
What?
with Alex Jones having to pay $50 million, guys. That was
Yep.
the first wave of the fucking globalist, communist, genocidal plot.
Was when they first took down Alex
First thing we
Jones.
gotta do, you guys, make sure that we fucking steal Alex Jones's money in a kangaroo court. That's step one.
Never mind reversal Roe v. Wade or Arbor fell or any of these other cases the Supreme Kangaroo Court is doing. It's Alex
What does that have to
Jones.
do with fucking anything, bro? It has nothing to do with anything.
This guy is a
Like,
nut.
holy shit, you are insane.
Well,
Anyway,
that's a requirement
I'm done
of
with
being
that.
a
Let's talk
guy
to
on.
Beavis and Butthead here. I just want to say something about Beavis and Butthead, okay? Just want to say.
Wait, being an InfoWars
I don't know
commentator, you
how
have
long
to be
this part will
insane.
take. Maybe this will be a quick one.
Wait,
Maybe
what's
this will
Beavis
be
and
something
Butthead?
we
Butthead and
delve
Beavis?
into a little deeper. I don't know. But so a few months ago, I think it was the beginning of June actually.
Beavis
They
and
put out a
Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead movie
Yeah.
on Paramount Plus. Which, by the way, I hate Paramount Plus. I don't necessarily hate the content that it has on it, because I watch Star Trek on there, because now they've moved Star Trek there.
Sweet.
Excuse me. I love Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I
I
think
love
get Paramount just for that.
Deep Space Nine. I love Star Trek Voyager. I'm thinking I might be really into Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, one of the new ones, which
Ooh.
I watched the first
I don't think I've heard of
episode,
that
really
one.
liked it, but I haven't checked out any other ones yet.
Strange New Worlds, huh?
But that actually seems like it might be pretty cool Trek. Not a big fan of Discovery. I like Picard, okay. Haven't watched season 2 yet because I just haven't had time. I know a lot of people didn't like that one. I personally do. Didn't like Discovery, though. Not a fan of the original series at all. I think it's way too cheesy for me.
I love it because of the
series.
cheese. Oh, come on,
My favorite Star
TJ.
Trek stuff is like stuff from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
I do like some of the movies with the
I agree
original
with that,
cast.
though.
I like Wrath of Khan. I like Search for Spock.
Oh,
I even
yeah.
like Undiscovered Country. Not that. Well, no, hold. Voyage Home. I like Voyage Home. Undiscovered Country, I'm not sure.
Undiscovered
but, you know,
Country's
I like some of
okay.
the those other ones.
I think that's the one
something
with
like that.
Spock's brother and shit.
I don't like Enterprise either.
With Nimbus.
I'm a little bit of a Star Trek fan. You know, I especially like that stuff throughout the 80s and
People don't like
90s.
Picard because it shows Federation
my favorite
realistically
era.
as a flawed entity. Because they
You know, I
are.
hate Paramount Plus.
I mean, honestly, I feel like, you know, that could even be seen in the Next Generation. I mean, there's flaws within the Federation and the Next Generation. Same thing for the original series. I mean, not as much in the original series. I mean, every now and then. It's more exceptional in there. But the Next Generation, there's every now and then there's, like, corruption or, you know, flaws that are kind of shown within some episodes within TNG. Same thing with DS9. Voyager, not really. And if anything, even, when there is, it's obviously because you're not in Starfleet space anymore and you're kind of SOL and the fuck bumble hell knows where. So you kind of have to improvise and adapt and overcome shit. So, I mean, you know, like, I mean, that's just going to be kind of granted. So, but I don't know. I mean, it's like, I think, you know, there's, like, you know, flaws that, you know, are shown within the Federation, you know, within, at least mainly TNG and DS9 within the shows. But definitely not as much. I mean, it's more so, you know, like you were probably saying, more realistically flawed. Well, instead of, you know, oh, well, there's some issues, and we can resolve these pretty easily, you know, type of things. Because that's the kind of thing about the other treks, you know, when it came to the Federation being flawed. Like, there are ones that usually get resolved by the end of the episode, or, like, over time. Or it's, like, implied it gets resolved.
Whatever the fucking shit. I can't remember the name of the character.
Oh, shit.
That stuff's fun, but when they're just like sitting around complaining, I don't know. Their criticisms don't fucking they don't do anything for me. But anyway, Paramount Plus, their player sucks, at least for Fire TV, which I have. But I do appreciate them bringing back Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
So they put out a movie called Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, and my expectations for it were not tremendously high. I do remember when Beavis and Butthead was briefly brought back in like 2013 or so, and it was fine. It wasn't what it was, you know. It was you know, it felt almost kind of like, why bring this back? The episodes that came out were okay.
I kind of remember
but
the
they
faint
just
little
felt
stint
a
that they
little
did.
off. Like they felt like they weren't quite hitting that right tone. And
Yeah,
I don't
they
know
really
what's
weren't.
different this time around in 2022, but like it feels so much more correct.
Ooh.
When I watched that movie, Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe,
Alright, I gotta see
not
this
only
movie.
did I think that it was as good as classic Beavis and Butthead, it honestly seems better. Like, it's the first time I've ever seen something get rebooted where I think I might like the reboot better than I like the original, especially when I loved the original.
Oh, really?
Like, I don't know. It just seems like crisper in every way. Like the writing seems tighter. The characters seem like a little bit more well developed, but without quite. They don't lose the essence of being Beavis and Butthead, but they feel a little bit
Also
more.
because
real.
season 2 of Picard shows
have, like,
racist
a
America
little
is
bit more
racist
depth,
because they go back in time
which
to
you think might
2025 for a
but
part of it,
doesn't.
and a Latino Starfleet guy meets Ice.
They're
Oh
still
God.
Kind of just like these
Uh-oh.
time capsules from the 90s, but somehow it just still works. Even though, like, they've been transplanted into a time that they're not of, they still fit right in, you know? I don't know what it is. They just have, like, I don't know, Beavis and Butthead have, like, a timeless quality. I literally think you could just put them anywhere. I think you could put them, like, 20 million years in the future. You could put them in fucking 1876.
1876.
They're just gonna work.
Beavis
As
and
long as
Butthead
they
in
stay true to the
1876,
essence of the
dude.
characters,
Oh my
I just
God.
feel like you can't go wrong.
Hey Beavis, we're in 1876, bro.
And that movie was great. And then, after they dropped the movie, I was like, wow, that was cool to see Beavis and Butthead again. And then I find out, shortly thereafter, it's like, oh, we're doing a show, too. It's like, holy fuck. And they did, I don't know, they kind of, like, kept that hidden, you know, I guess. So you didn't really know that was happening until pretty much it was already just, like, upon you. It's like, here's new Beavis and Butthead episodes. Like, okay.
Oh.
And I
I need to check out
out
some new Beavis and Butthead now.
of the
Picard.
show, and they were fucking hilarious. I have not laughed so hard at a fucking television show. I don't even know how fucking long.
Awesome.
Maybe, like, since the original Beavis and Butthead was out and I was watching it as a kid. Like, it's
That's
that
making me feel
fucking
good about, you know, how the new
Anybody
Beavis and
who's,
Butthead
like,
is.
sleeping on this, I don't know. You fucking need to check it out because it's like
Gotta go woke.
fucking great.
Don't sleep on this. I need to wake up on this one too, because, oh my goodness.
I'm really fucking digging this shit, and I hope that it fucking maintains this level of quality throughout the season. I don't know if they front loaded it with like the best ones, and now it's gonna kind of degrade or something. But like,
I hope not.
everything they put out so far has been fucking like chef's kiss, fucking perfect. Like, just it's almost like they looked at Beavis and Butthead and not only thought like, how do we bring this back, but like, how do we stay true to this but improve upon it? Like, how do we make this better than it was without losing the essence of it? Which it seems like reboots never fucking do that. And every time you think that a reboot's gonna do that, it just doesn't fucking, it doesn't pull it off.
Isn't the original
you know?
dude Mike Judge
they
working on
always
it?
They always fucking either lose
Or is he a part of it at all?
the original appeal.
I mean, if like some of the original creators of Beavis and Butthead are working on it, then maybe that might be it. Maybe that's why, like, they, you know, kind of still kept a little bit of their essence to it.
Like, they
Watch the Orville Season 3 handles transitions respectfully to having this girl who was forced to move being a boy as a baby coming out as a girl. Huh.
But this fucking show really feels like not only did they fucking capture the essence, but they figured
guess one of
out
her father's
ways to fucking
wishes?
make it
Ah.
tighter
Huh. Well, I'll have to
and
check it out.
Really ratchet up the fucking humor of it. Because like this really feels like fresh in a way that I did not expect it to. It does not feel like some 90s shit that's being nostalgically, like, we're not, it doesn't feel like nostalgia capitalization going on. Now it is, but it doesn't feel like it, which I think is important.
If you're gonna do some nostalgia, you probably don't want to exactly look like cash grab like nostalgia's been these days.
Hey, motherfucker.
Nothing but just cash grab.
TJ, do you stand by your old racist rant against black people video called Images of Black People, where you said gentrification is good because that would be less murders and robberies in the area? You know, I think I stand by most of what I said in those videos. The idea that gentrification is bad because it fucking, I mean, like, you're never gonna convince me that it's good to have like high crime areas.
I mean,
that are, like, filled
obviously,
with violence and poverty.
I mean, obviously not. That's
You're
not
never gonna get me
good.
upset that, like, hey, now the area's nice. It's like, what? Well, but the people who lived there before can't afford to live there anymore. It's like, well, I don't know. Can we just figure out some way they can, like, grandfather them in, like, you know,
Yeah,
all the
probably.
businesses that are there, like, chip into.
Like, honestly, like, gentrification, for it to actually be good, I mean, yeah, that's kind of what it needs to be. I mean, the people that live there need to be the ones that take advantage of it, not, like, basically forcing them out and having new people move back in. Because that's the reason why there's a lot of crime and shit. Is that these, the people that live there are desperate, and thus, result into crime. To try to, sustain a living.
That'd be my point.
So if you're gonna gentrify, you maybe actually, like help the people that live there, and reach out to them to, be able to retrofit their homes. Like rebuild the infrastructure around there, like all this shit.
Oh man, these white people have privilege, or these men have privilege, or whatever the fuck. It's like, okay, well then the solution isn't taking it away from them; it's extending it to others, right?
Yeah.
They shouldn't.
Exactly.
I don't
extend that to everybody.
The idea that's like, oh, you got all these special privileges, we need to fucking take them away from you. It's like, no, you just need to extend them to others. Like, other people should be treated as well as I am. If I'm getting special treatment, I shouldn't be. But that doesn't mean take it away from me. Give it to them. Everyone should get it. Everyone should be treated the same, right? That makes sense.
I like that. Yeah.
Everybody's equal under the law.
I prefer that idea.
Like a reasonable approach.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't think it's racist at all. So the idea that like that a fucking area that's
I just think it can be if you basically just redline them and just kind of like push these people out instead of actually uplifting them a part of like the upliftment of the region and the area. Because just because like an area is downgraded and gentrifying it means X, Y, or Z doesn't necessarily mean we should just let it fester still. I mean, fuck. There's definitely, better ways, to try to absolve these issues, but just looking at gentrification and just being like, no. It's a little foolish, honestly.
Go back and watch it. Anybody can go back and watch the video. It's not.
There's this gentrification going around in my community, in my area, but at the same time, there's been a lot of positive stuff that have come from it as well. If anything, there's been more, people who are like, Black, Latino, Asian, or otherwise, moving in here more so than not because of that type of shit. So, I mean, if anything, at least around here, it's been done in a more positive result where everyone else is being uplifted. Where these, people can actually, potentially, maybe buy or rent homes around here. But, like, in downtown Portland, though, gentrification shit that goes on there is fucking abhorrent because basically it's just pushing a lot of people that already live in these communities out. Instead of rebuilding, older areas and shit and, getting people to move in there and uplift the people that are already there and revitalize the place. It's like having people move there isn't necessarily a bad thing, when you revitalize the area, but that doesn't mean kick everyone else out because they can't afford it, you know what I mean? That's where gentrification goes wrong.
You probably think I'm making like a racist argument at that point because I made the mistake of forgetting that not everyone's going to be familiar with the broader context of my channel. So that was a mistake in presentation. Research found that gentrification leads to job losses by 63% on prior residents, which forces most of them to find work farther from their homes. Right, so solve that problem,
Yeah.
Keep them there. Figure out a way to
maybe work with the companies or the small businesses that work in that are set up in these communities and give them grants or give them subsidies to stay there or have a temporary close so they can revitalize the area and then stay there, thus allowing people to keep their jobs and if anything be able to even expand this shit.
California is some kind of leftist state is kind of ridiculous. First of all, it has almost as many executions as Texas. And
it's pretty conservative, honestly, in a lot of places.
And actually, huge swaths of California are conservative. They've had several Republican governors. Ronald Reagan was a governor from California. Arnold Schwarzenegger, who would have been president if he wasn't born in Austria, I firmly believe, was a Republican governor. By today's standards, a pretty moderate Republican.
Honestly, he is, yeah.
But, he could have easily moved a little right for the national races, which I think he would have as a consummate politician. So California's elected numerous Republican governors. There's areas of California that are just as red could be.
Because it's California, that's why it's, fucking red as hell there, brother.
Most of the
it's
people
red because it's commie red.
On the blue side of California are not leftists, but liberals. So the idea that California is this leftist haven is pretty silly.
I mean, the closest to a quote-unquote leftist haven would probably be like San Francisco. Because there's like a lot of, gay block parties and, queer block parties and shit like that. And some of them can be very adult in nature. So it's just like, I mean, I guess that doesn't inherently mean leftist, but I mean, it's just like that San Francisco will probably be the closest to it.
And the unfortunate result is that our more western states in particular.
But even then, it's very, very fucking liberal.
Insane droughts from which I don't think they're going to recover. Texas, by the way, is another one. Texas is in horrible drought conditions. California is in horrible drought conditions, especially now that we have these record temperatures this summer. So that's
and the longest heat wave on record in the Pacific Northwest for us. It wasn't like a very severe heat wave. It was just very long lasting. It was severe in length, not in really temperature, but it was still a heat wave nonetheless, and it was just, ugh, it was horrible. Lasted like over a fucking week.
But like, I think there should be direct interference from the government. So, which is happening.
Hey, get out of there.
Should be prevented from inflating to the levels they have. And
Jerk.
I think capitalism is to blame for that, because we have now private companies, investing all this money in buying houses. Because they view it as an investment opportunity, and they're literally driving up a housing bubble. Which, by the way, once that bubble pops, it's going to crash the entire fucking economy, just like it did in 2008. So, yeah, I think that...
Which, in a weird, fucked up way, actually might give an opportunity for younger people to maybe possibly buy homes for once. At least the ones that might have enough of an income to do so. I mean, it's like a lot of us younger folks are kind of looking out, being like, please pop, please pop, please pop.
Still like 5 minutes. No, they're longer than that. While they still have the interruptions by music videos or now like TikToks and things like that for somebody to commentate on, they're not nearly as common. Like, it's like once or twice an episode. I think it's just once, actually, per episode. Maybe twice. So yeah, it's a little bit more tolerable. I think one of the things about Beavis and Butt is their music video commentaries were always funny, but they're always too much. Like, they always had too much of that content and not enough of the skit stuff. Because even though I think the funniest stuff is often in the music, videos, they did too much of them. It was like Beavis and Butthead was like, you'd get like 1 minute of fucking Beavis and Butthead doing something, and then a music video commentary, and then another minute, and then a music video commentary, and then another minute, and a music video commentary, and it's like there's barely any fucking story there. This one, it delves a little bit deeper into the plot lines, and doesn't do quite as many distractions in that regard. It still does them.
I suppose that's
pretty
good.
well, in my opinion. Beavis and Butthead reacting to ASMR was probably one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god, I gotta see that. What the
I
fuck?
laughed my fucking ass off, okay?
Reacting to some ASMR.
I think it's because Alex Jones is in the thumbnail. I think that kind of attracts. I think it's like a bug zapper.
Bug zapper for right-wingers have like a thumbnail of Alex Jones as the thumbnail. What the fuck are you doing? Knocking things over?
We don't have that kind of power.
Sure.
Contamination, it's very real. You see corporations talk about that. Climate change, I mean, like, the effects of climate change are so blatantly obvious at this point, I don't know what more you'd fucking need to stop being a quote-unquote skeptic.
Be hit with a wildfire tornado that's in the middle of a hurricane. I don't fucking know. like being in the middle of a wildfire that has a fire-nado that's in the middle of a hurricane while also like getting flooded as the oceans rise all at once. I don't know.
Dude, I was
while having like 9.3 magnitude earthquakes hit you at the same time. I mean, like literally all at once. I mean, I don't know what it will take for some of these motherfuckers.
Right here.
Oh no, not this
You
fucking
guys
cretin.
even recognize this face anymore?
Yes. I saw this last night. I saw Dick Cheney. No.
I'm glad you don't. I'm glad that we've evolved beyond the...
Wait, did I... Well, I have not evolved, but I did have a recent reminder, because I saw this exact face last night. What is...
Liz Cheney.
Quit getting into my camping food.
And he has appeared once again, and like, you thought he was dead. I mean, I knew he wasn't dead, but I thought, like, in my fucking heart of hearts, he was dead. You know what I mean? Like, I want him dead, so therefore I felt like he was
Got my
dead
little
on some
MREs.
level.
Gonna have these
I
for
never thought I
camping.
would have to, like,
I think I'll have this at night and have this in the morning.
Listen to his voice. Hear him speak, you know? I never thought that would happen to me again. I thought that I was over the day and age when I'd have to see and hear Dick Cheney talking.
Oh wait, hear him? I don't want to hear him.
Apparently not. Apparently this motherfucker's still around.
Oh no, dude.
Not only are we still around, but still like lucid enough to talk to me. And I'm just like, please, God, no.
No.
Like, this is not fun, man. I don't want to hear this guy speak.
The only thing I want to hear him speak is his last words before his Nuremberg trial.
Like, this dude, literally, when I was a fucking teenager, this dude had like 4 heart attacks. Like, how the fuck is this motherfucker still goddamn going, man?
Defeat him, the globalist adrenochrome.
In our nation's 246-year history, there has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump.
There's never been an individual who's a greater threat to our republic
than you. Yeah, no shit.
Fucking threat our republic ever faced.
This is like the most literal fascistic cowboy wearing looking motherfucker Christian fanatic sons of bitch that has ever existed. Like, this guy is the one who dictated the fucking Bush administration. This fascist is the one who dictated the fucking genocide, like, crimes that happened against fucking Iraq and the torture in Gitmo. Like, this person doesn't deserve nothing more than just, like, every painful form of the release of this life.
With an IQ of 11, to be your little puppet, while you, the fucking Darth Vader-esque mastermind behind it all, pulled every string, and basically, like, you destroyed habeas corpus, you destroyed civil liberties, you fucking pushed us into a fucking dictatorship fucking conditions. Like, every fucking thing that Donald Trump did that exceeded the fucking powers of that were supposed to be delegated to the presidency, you laid the groundwork for all of that shit.
Yep.
Your administration's response to 9/11 was basically the death of the entire concept of freedom in America. So,
whatever's left wasn't in the first place.
You, of all people, are going to show up and tell me about the threat posed by Donald Trump. Go
at least pre 9/11, there probably was at least some semblance of actual freedom.
Bitch. Go fucking die already, motherfucker.
No shit.
He tried to steal.
Lincoln did suspend habeas corpus, that's true. He did do that.
Yep.
However, he did bring it back after the war was over. You know, but fucking the Trump, the Bush administration basically destroyed the root of habeas corpus. It's never been the same since.
Election using lies and violence to keep himself in power after the voters had rejected him.
Like you?
He's a coward. A real man wouldn't lie to his supporters. He lost his election.
He's a coward.
Oh, like you did to go into the Iraq War, you fucking Dick. Fascist.
Dick, you lie. You lie constantly. That's all you do.
You literally, you literally lied about how there's, like, portable, like, chemical fucking, like, production trucks and shit being, like, you know, driven around Iraq, and how they had, like, drones that could, you know, have nuclear weapons that, you know, could fly over the Atlantic Ocean and shit. Like, you're the biggest fucking liar there is, Dick Cheney, you fascist fucking pig.
Remember when you did that, you piece of shit? Yeah, so don't talk to me about lying, bitch.
He looks so fucking demented, too.
I think most Republicans know it.
His eyes have nothing but, like, demented, just...
Doing what's right.
Just, but not evil.
Music they got, man. Like, who the fuck trots out Dick fucking Cheney? Like, if my
Democrats, Republicans,
and
both of them.
Was my dad, I would literally change my last name and try to fucking be somebody else. Cause, like, literally fucking got this dude. She's dusted off the fucking mummy's corpse, raised him up from the dead with some necromancy, put him in a fucking ridiculous cowboy hat, sat him in front of some fucking trees, and is having him read this fucking script that he has no goddamn credibility reading. He's not a good man.
Oh my god.
He's a bad person. It's like, oh my god.
That's you!
I'm allergic to this bullshit.
Her oath to the Constitution. when so many in our party
Dude,
are
you're
too
fucking,
scared to-
your ass. The Bush administration wiped its ass with the Constitution so many fucking times.
They pretty much
You guys
did that on the
didn't give a
damn
fuck about
daily.
The First Amendment. You didn't give a fuck about the Fifth Amendment. Every fucking, all the groundwork.
It didn't give a fuck about any besides the second, basically.
That we're fucking reaping today. That fucking your administration fucking went balls deep into fucking totalitarian ideology. The Obama administration promised to pull us out, but then somehow fucking pushed
Embraced it.
deeper down inside. And then by the time Trump got there, it was just like, yeah, give it to me. I'll be the dictator. And
I'll be the
he
dictator,
almost
tremendous.
was. Just barely didn't get him. The next one of the motherfuckers that tries it's probably gonna fucking succeed. So, fuck you. Get the fuck out of my face, bro.
do so. Liz is fearless.
Needs to keep playing
She
him.
never backs down from a fight. There,
Liz is fearless. She never backed down from a fight.
Because she's
What
not a
the
coward.
fuck ever, bro.
there's nothing more important she will ever do than lead the effort to make sure
The fucking mastermind
Oh my
of the Patriot Act
God.
telling me about the importance of the Constitution. Gotta love it, man.
And importance of, not lying and the integrity of this damn Democratic Republic too,
I'm
man.
Dick Cheney. I proudly voted for my daughter. I hope you will too.
Nope.
Nope.
Not gonna
Gross.
Not.
Can I vote for her to just like be shipped away on a fucking island somewhere?
But I'm not doing it. The Fourth Amendment? Didn't I mean the Fourth Amendment? Let me see.
Probably.
I might have meant the Fourth Amendment. Yeah, unlawful search and seizure. You're right. I meant the Fourth Amendment. The fuck's the Fifth Amendment again?
Pleading the,
I plead the Fifth.
yeah.
Guarantees the right to a grand jury, forbids double jeopardy, protects against self-incrimination. Okay, right. Got it. They probably dismantled that too, honestly. But yeah, I meant to say the Fourth Amendment.
I'm Liz Cheney, and I approve.
Oh my God, get away from me.
Oh God. Vote for Liz Cheney on August 15th. No! Not my birthday, no! And oh my God. She looks like some weird, insurance manager. She looks like a manager for an insurance company or something. Gross. Ugh. Disgusting. Ugh.
Get it away. Get it away. Not good.
Nah.
Away.
Gross.
What is her bio on Twitter? Proud rodeo mom. Oh my God, where'd it go?
Proud rodeo mom, what the fuck?
Soccer mom, baseball mom, hockey mom, constitutional conservative, honored to serve the people of Wyoming in Congress.
Oh. I think she's a soccer mom. Oh my God.
Give me a fucking break.
Like that.
Gross.
Yeah, I actually.
Gross AF.
My stomach turned a little.
Not down with it. Not good. Not,
Boo.
not
Gross.
pleasing me. I don't feel good about it. It makes me feels bad, bro. Still feels bad. Feels bad, bro.
Feels bad, dude.
Not down with it. Oof.
I just wish
Earth
it
is
fucking.
flat. Yeah.
Earth is flat. Oh my
She's
God.
Third heart. Okay. Yeah.
I just I wish Liz Cheney would just go away, but no. She has the fucking name of her father, so thus she able to fucking use nepotism to get her way. Yeah.
Dick has a robo heart.
Oh God, you know what? They know
Election
we
these
pause a
days,
lot.
If it was actually counted correctly, instead of lines in the. I mean, well, we know that the Electoral College, how long has it been since a Republican actually won the popular vote? I think it's been
Probably
50 years or some ridiculous amount of time. They
probably
won the popular vote.
Bush, maybe, honestly.
At least haven't in a long time.
Second term, maybe?
Someone go look it up. Tell me what the last Republican took my place.
Oh, Corn Pop. Oh, he's wearing a cone. Poor Corn Pop. He's wearing the cone of shame. Oh, little Corn Pop. That poor baby. Oh, poor Corn Pop. Corn Pop, got Corn Pop. Sweet little boy, little Corn Pop.
That vape. I don't know where it is, though.
You know those little sweet boys? Look out for there. That's the boys.
Tank?
You little sweet boy.
Reptile tank?
Aw.
Or-
You got your little paws all just scrunched up next to each other, all so cute like. Please, oh
We could use
boy.
another Coke too, probably.
Look at this sweet little boy. He's got those little feet just all like tuckered up next to each other.
Bush Senior.
He was a sweet boy.
So yeah, that's a pretty long time. Guess we'll invade then.
His little feet.
How does it feel to finally
Sweet little
surpass
feet.
2011 TJ? I've surpassed 2011 TJ every year since then, so I don't know what you're talking about. Is your cat sickly? He's not sickly, he just has a rash on his chin. I don't know if
Down
that's
for soccer mom,
sickly.
Ignar
He
and
has
rest.
food allergies.
Only one of those
He
sounds
also
okay,
has
and the soccer mom one ain't it, Chief.
Places and eat things he's not supposed to.
That sure shit ain't it.
Breakouts, and then he'll
I would never fall
relentlessly
down to such a depravity like a soccer
cause more
mom.
damage, so he has to be.
Wearing a dress that's literally like unironically like not unlikely just because like, you know, I'm okay with a little bit of, you know, femininity expression and shit. But like the whole fucking like soccer mom level of shit, like hell no, dude.
Who was is that? That's not.
What? Whose was is that, yo?
That's not how language works.
That's not how words work. Indeed.
Chin rash equals monkeypox. Hell yeah. The hanging cheese. Have you wished, TJ? It's all about decline since 2011. Ha, you wish, yeah.
I want to see what this rice chicken's about.
I have not declined.
Rice, chicken, peppers, carrots, a
noticed
celery,
the
and a
country
savory
around me has
sauce.
declined.
This mega satisfying meal is great at the beginning, middle, or end
But
of
that's
any
been happening
adventurous day.
since well before 2011.
Just add water prep to the pouch means so you can have
But I'm
more
actually
time to
fucking
do what you
stomach.
love without hassles of cooking and cleanup. Cool.
If you were a wrestler, what would be your finisher? The Demon Death Grip. I would fucking, basically,
Oh, it has rice, sauce, red bell pepper, carrots, celery, and
grip it
chicken.
really hard, and then I'd
This shit looks pretty
smash
fire.
their face against the fucking,
Well,
top rope.
it at least sounds fire. I can't actually see it,
like,
obviously.
bounce them off of it, like dribble their head like a basketball,
Sukov, that ain't for you.
and then slam them back really hard on like.
You
one of
silly
the
boy.
fucking,
This
you
is
know,
that
have
you
a few of those,
you
like,
actually you literally can't eat that.
You know. Maybe fucking do an elbow off the top rope or something afterwards. I don't know. Something cool. If only men could get pregnant, would abortion already be banned nationwide? Why or why not?
It would literally not be
Since
banned if men
get
could do
pregnant,
that.
Abortion would be.
If men could get pregnant like a woman can, there absolutely would be abortion. That'd be a right like
We'd have to
lickety
give birth
fucking
to our
split.
dicks. That wouldn't. That'd be painful. You know?
Oh god.
That would be a dick destroyer. So yeah, none of that. Thank you.
Yeah, no. We don't need
I
dick
guess you got
destruction.
cesarean sections.
You know, Grape Ape. How about his
When
cousin?
you break your arm. How would that break your arm?
What the fuck, bro?
Well, you don't fucking keep the arm underneath when you fucking slam them down. You go like, you use the momentum. You like switch the position halfway through. All I know is if the chat is being censored, it's basically Hitler. And it's the beginning of genocide. That's what I know. Damn, you streaming late, TJ. Is it? I guess it is kind of late. It's 1:20 a.m. That's true.
How in the fuck is this late?
I didn't really realize it was even that late. Sorry. I don't really give a shit though. Why aren't you on Onion Nuggets this week? I am on it next week.
Oh.
So I don't. Dick Destroyer should be your finishing move. If it was the Attitude Era, sure.
People are still not realizing that they are doing these duo things. Honestly, like, I kind of have, like, somewhat mixed feelings about their new setup a little bit. I think it's actually pretty good overall. I like the duo thing with their public episode. I don't know, the grease traps, they seem to kind of, like, you know, essentially, like, extend their public episodes a lot during those. And I think, you know, I think recently they've changed it up a little bit with that, just because one of them, even I, you know, made a comment, you know, noticing it, and a lot of other people is like, you know, it's like, you're all pretty much like talking about the public episode again, you know, for like an extra hour. It's like, come on.
I don't know why I'm actually bothering to argue with you on this.
I mean, I guess my only thing is like
I guess it's content.
for the grease traps or like the post shows. I mean, those being like a trio felt more like, you know,
I know.
like a grease trap more so than anything. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like in some ways, like, you know, the duo works. In some cases, it doesn't. I think for the new shows, it definitely does to an extent.
Bad teeth. I have bad teeth. They're not horrible.
Especially for Scooter and Haug. What is TJ doing? I just happened to look over and it's just...
They could be better. But they're not like brown and fucking falling out of my mouth, so.
TJ looking like a fucking pirate doing that. Just like, ah! It's like fucking hell, mate.
So, you know, I'm happy with that. You have a thumbnail? What? Excuse me.
I know the pains.
Yeah, I don't have any missing teeth. I quit vaping cold turkey about 6 weeks ago. Watching you smoke has me craving it so bad. Well, this is not, it's not vape like you're thinking. It's not nicotine vape.
I would feel like that would be cheating on TJ's part with the whole quitting cigarettes thing. It's like you're still getting your craving, TJ. It's like that's a slippery slope. It's like, I mean, it's like you were cold turkey for a while and you got this little nicotine vape.
I'm not telling you which ones. Anyway.
But
let's take a look.
Obviously, it's just doing marijuana pens, which is always nice. It was it.
These ones are a little lighter, but you know, they're around. This is fun here. You guys will like this. This is top scientist admits space telescope image was actually slice of chorizo.
Wait, what?
Damn. So this scientist just kind of fucking around.
What?
Tweeted this pictures like, oh yeah, this is like a. What did he say? I mean, it's not.
Yeah, I'm gonna enhance it.
Picture of Proxima Centauri, the nearest star to the sun.
Whoa.
Located 4.2 light years away from us. It was taken by the James Webb Space Telescope. This level of detail, a new world is unveiled every day. It has 91,000 followers. And
cool.
Yeah, this is just a this is just a slice of chorizo against a black background. Like, wow.
A slice of chorizo, man. Whoa.
World. You know, like, oh,
amazing. Dude, trolling people.
Funny to me, like, I don't know.
That's funny.
Give me a break.
Fucking trolling people, bro.
Joke, man. You know, like. This post was retweeted and commented.
I can't believe people take it seriously.
It's
actually kind of a cool looking slice of chorizo. It does look like a star, but it's fucking like, I mean,
against a black background. Well, when it's cocktail hour, cognitive bias seen as a fun play to enjoy. Beware of it. According to contemporary
what the fuck?
No object related to Spanish charcuterie exists anywhere.
Whoa, this star! Wow, I didn't realize Proxima Centauri kind of looked and resembled the chorizo slice of meat. Whoa, bro!
This tweet showing an alleged picture of Proxima Centauri was a joke. Let's learn to be wary of the arguments from positions of authority as much as the spontaneous eloquence of certain images. He's trying to promote skepticism. Like, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
He's basically just saying, like, look how stupid you are. Just because I'm a cosmologist, you fucking believed this. Right? So it's just like, don't fucking take an argument from authority and just run with it. You gotta fucking be a little more skeptical than that, which is a good thing.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I tend to agree with that.
So I think this is a funny fucking prank.
It is funny.
I like it.
This is indeed a funny.
If I had followed this guy, I obviously don't speak Italian or whatever language this is. French, I guess. I don't speak French. But, if I did, I might have fallen for this. I'd been like, oh wow, Proxima Centauri. You know, and then been like, oh fuck, I'm a dumbass.
I mean, I probably would have too, right off the bat, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like, the guy is fucking... He's promoting skepticism. He's saying...
I mean, I probably would have initially.
Piece of information you see,
and be like, whoa, damn, look at that. But after a while, you know, kind of looking around and seeing people react to it and shit like that,
He's not even a real Frenchman.
I'd realize that I'd probably
Swiss.
be bullshit. Hey, Sukov, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro?
Anyone can see it's pepperoni. It's not a pepperoni. It's a chorizo.
Yeah, it's chorizo, dude.
Which is very similar, but whatever. Not really in taste, but like in composite.
It's pretty,
TJ,
pretty cool looking
your
sliced
farts
chorizo, though.
So powerful that it hurts your butthole a bit. I'm like, my farts tend to be small but rank.
Ugh.
Like when I fart, it's not like it's not one of these farts.
God, like that. I mean, that's got some sane gut bacteria going right there.
Like, it's not like that. It's more like. But then the fucking smell is like, you'd think it was like an elephant fart. Even though it's just like, sometimes it's barely even audible, it's just like a little... But then it fucking smells like a fucking elephant took a shit.
Dude, it's pretty much just like what my roommate does, honestly. It's kind of a dick like that.
I love it. Chorizo in Spanish just means sausage, like generic. Oh, okay. Well, it means something more specific here.
Oh.
It's like a specific kind in America, so I guess maybe I'm confused by that. Stupid questions make dumb content. Okay. Go away. I don't know what to tell you.
So what the hell?
We don't do that meme here. I'll let them get away with it on fucking Deep Fat Fried, but we ain't doing that fucking meme here. Come on, TJ, you had some ass burners. Not really. I mean, occasionally, I guess, I'll have like a fucking big fart. But honestly, like the big ones.
This dog
don't
is
tend to smell
mesmerized
as
by a
bad as the
flame.
little ones.
Just staring at it.
Yeah. Yeah, the small farts always smell worse. At least with with me.
And the quiet ones too. They're the ones that smell the worst.
So check this.
And the most fucking like visceral.
This is a fucking town in Michigan.
Flint?
Jamestown, Michigan.
Oh, Jamestown.
That basically voted to shut down its library rather than respect freedom of speech.
What?
So here you go. While all of these right-wing
refusing to censor LGBTQ authors will not ban books. And they're just like, we're just gonna shut the library down then.
Funded after refusing to censor LGBTQ authors, we will not ban the books.
Wow, dude.
You see here, 50% millage increase to groom our kids. Vote no on the library. Think about the level, like, one of the top comments that I saw, I don't know where I saw it.
Dude, these fucking Christian fanatics are going seriously too, like they've been too far because they exist. But like this is just like ridiculous, dude.
Mayor in
literally willing to just like defund and try to shut libraries down because oh god, there's LGBT books in there.
We've literally gone to the point where now
like fuck these cretins.
Like on a level of like prudish Nazi censor where
we've been going down that.
Fucking censor books now. Like we're literally willing to fucking like shut down the public library rather than allow certain points of view to be heard.
I mean, honestly, we've been kind of going down this Nazi path of like there's already been book burnings.
Cool. So
and book bannings in libraries and all sorts of other shit.
To defund it.
Like these motherfuckers.
Rather than tolerate certain LGBTQ plus books. Residents voted on Tuesday to block a renewal of funds tied to property taxes for Michigan court. The vote leaves the library with funds through the first quarter of next year. Once a reserve fund is used up, it would be forced to close, Larry Walton, the library board's president, told Bridge, Michigan. Harming not just readers, but the community at large. Beyond books, residents visit the library for its Wi-Fi, he said, and it houses the very room where the vote took place. So they literally had the vote about whether or not to continue funding the library at the fucking library.
Dude, what the fuck, bro?
Places to read, places to gather, places.
It's like, oh, hey, do we want to fund this library or not? Let's do that at the library. Let's have that discussion there.
I wish that was true in America. Certainly not.
What the fuck?
Now, libraries, libraries have been growing in popularity over the last, decade or so because of digital media and stuff like that.
For good reason.
This idea that they're the heart of our community, unfortunately, not true. Americans are not smart enough to make book repositories the hearts of their community.
I wish.
Deborah McCullough,
Betsy Johnson found a so shitty platform.
Association, told the Guardians.
Oh, I bet it's really shitty, huh?
We are champions of access, she added, including materials that might appeal to some in the
community. Shitty amazing.
We want to make sure that libraries protect the right to read. Controversy.
No shit.
In Jamestown began with a complaint about a memoir by a non-binary writer, but it soon spiraled into a campaign against Patmos Library itself after a parent complained about Genderqueer, a memoir by Maya Kobabe, or Kobabe, I don't know how to pronounce their name. A graphic novel about the author's experiences coming out as non-binary. Dozens showed up at the library board meetings demanding the institution drop the book. The book, which includes depictions of sex, was in the adult
bunch of puritanical
library.
Prude fucks.
Began to target other books with LGBTQ plus themes. One library director resigned, telling Bridge she had been harassed and accused of indoctrinating kids. Her successor, Matt Lawrence, also left the job. Though the library put Kobabe's book behind the counter rather than on the shelves, the volume remained available. We, the board, will not ban the books, Walton told Associated Press on Tuesday. A few months later, in March, an anonymous letter went to the homes in the area. It criticized the pornographic, quote-unquote, memoir and the addition of transgender and gay books to the library, according to Lawrence. That fired up a lot of people and got them to start coming to our board meetings to complain, he said. The concern from the public was that it's going to confuse the children. They're going to become confused.
Oh yeah, like not suppressing their fucking, like identity and shit isn't gonna confuse them. Like, that, that definitely doesn't confuse them. Suppressing them with Christian fanaticism doesn't, confuse them at all. Definitely not. My God.
Demands led to a campaign urging residents to vote against renewing funding for the library. A group calling itself Jamestown Conservatives handed out flyers condemning Genderqueer for showing extremely graphic sexual illustrations of two people of the same gender. Criticizing a library director who promoted the LGBTQ ideology and calling for making the library a safe and neutral place for our kids. On Facebook, the group says it exists to keep our children
fucking
safe
prudish fascist,
and protect
dude.
their purity, as well as to keep the nuclear family intact as God designed.
Well, that definitely don't sound like a Nazi dog whistle.
Ultimately voted 62% to 37% against a measure that would have raised property taxes by roughly $24 in order to fund the library, even as they approved similar measures for the fire department and road work. The library was one of just a few in the state to suffer such a loss, McCullough said. Most passed with flying colors, sometimes up to 80%. Yeah, most communities are not at all willing to gut their library in order to prevent a few gay books from being fucking, like, no one's being forced to read the fucking LGBTQ books that doesn't want to read them. It's not like, okay, welcome to the library.
I mean, it's like, when you're at the library, you check them out. Like, it's a personal decision to check out queer books if you want to or not. Like, I love these fucking Christian freaks that literally think that, libraries are indoctrinating kids or some shit. What the fuck's going on? Minnesota pharmacists refused to fill morning after pill prescriptions and not discriminate the rules. They just said President from Minnesota pharmacists can arbitrarily deny people access to birth control despite birth control being illegal. Wow. So they basically just found a way to just like make a loophole to essentially, try to restrict fucking women's healthcare rights and shit in Minnesota. Using private corporations to undermine the Constitution. Well, that's basically been written into the law by the Supreme Court. Like money is speech, corporations are people. So of course they're going to use it to undermine it. They already did. And, of course, especially with this whole library story in Jamestown, Michigan, I mean, this is also, like, another fucking story of this, similar shit.
Nathan Creel, fuck the fuck out of here, please. Like, how, goddamn, hide the motherfucker from channel. He's, like, in here fucking spewing bullshit. Non-stop.
Wait, what did he say? I'm curious what he said. No, don't, like, do this. I just want to hear what he said. Wow, what did I do?
The vote came as a shock to Lawrence, who left his job. Can we get this Nathan Creel fuck the fuck out of here, please?
Oh.
Like, how, goddamn, hide the motherfucker from channel. He's, like, in here fucking
spewing bullshit. So thinking harder about state plans, country's getting shitty really quick.
We don't have to, like, pretend. We don't have to, like, sit here
yeah, man, I don't blame you.
The whole fucking time I'm talking. Like, I get it. You're a fucking...
I mean,
if... fuck lost.
I mean, if like you could think of a way that would probably be good even for me to try to GTFO in somewhere like Canada or something. Frankly, fuck, I'll even take Mexico at this point. I'd literally rather like take my chances living in like a village that at least is like not controlled by the cartel or some shit.
Particularly the First Amendment, he said. The vote comes as libraries across the U.S. face a surge of demand to ban books. I'm sorry, when there's like a major social movement in your country to ban books,
you're pretty much on the path.
Fucking shithole. All right?
Yeah, you're pretty much living in a place that's embracing Nazism pretty quick and getting shitty really quick.
If there is like a fucking concerted effort in your country that demands like the mass ban and mass censorship of books, I mean, like that needs to be put down. That needs to be put right the fuck down.
It does. Absolutely.
I don't know what to fucking say
like, that's just that. Like, the rise of, like, terrorist action in the wake.
No, thank you. No,
like, honestly.
Watch, bitch.
That's where your speech and expression ought to be crushed, just when you want to fucking start banning libraries and books.
Of, conservative
like, fuck that.
Ideals. And, here's basically a song. This is by a country singer named John Rich.
John Rich.
And, he has a song called Progress.
Progress, boy.
The chorus of the song is, stick your progress where the sun don't shine, basically.
Stick your progress where the sun don't shine.
Let's reiterate this. This is a country singer who has written a song against the fucking concept of progress. Like,
Okay, hold up.
I'm not fucking joking here. This is a fucking...
Can we hear it? We gotta hear it.
Who has literally fucking made it his credo. His statement is...
Fuck progress. I did not mean to... wow.
Progress.
Wow, that was perfectly timed.
Literally, like, improvement. Fuck improvement.
Fuck getting things better.
Things getting better.
How dare like, things move forward in society. Stance. I don't like that. It's like, god damn it, dude.
So basically what you're saying is you want things to be worse. You want regress. Okay. We're not going to listen to it. I'll give you a sample so you can hear what it sounds like.
Yay.
Play it, but we're going to listen to the lyrics, though.
Stick your progress where sun don't shine.
Yeah, so that's what it sounds like.
Oh my god, dude.
Right there. Right there at the fucking moment.
Oh.
Most intelligent right-winger, I know, right? So we're going to
stick your progress where your sun don't shine.
We can't listen to the music.
Oh my god. It's just so gross.
And we just need to go back to shitting in the...
I mean, what happened to Hank Williams' country?
Ivy and pine cones.
Like, what happened to that shit?
I went too fast there, sorry.
Where's the fucking, like, William Walker Jr. country? I mean, at least he's still kicking and doing his thing.
There's a hole in this country.
Okay. Where his heart used to be. Okay.
Alright.
And Old Glory's divided and fire in the street. Okay.
Alright. They say building back better will make America great.
Oh boy.
If that's a wave of the future, all I've got to say... Stick your progress where the sun don't shine. So literally, like, the idea that
my god,
we need to fix like the crumbling, shitty, broken infrastructure.
I just love these. It's just like, hey, our country is crumbling and it need to build it back better and it's dying. But you know what? Stick that progress where your sun don't shine. It's like, what?
You know, fix our fucking infrastructure, which would help.
Maybe we should just send this guy to Hungary or something. Can we just send all the far-right conservatives to Hungary since they love Viktor Orban so much? They can have their little fascist dictatorship nation state there.
Doing anything about that. Fuck fixing that. Stick your progress where the sun don't shine. Street D Malone, tip 666. Thank you so much. No, lyrics these don't even rhyme. I feel like they rhyme, but maybe I'm mistaken about that. Keep your big mess away from me and mine. Okay. If you leave us alone, we'll all be just fine. Well, we'd all be just fine. Okay, so basically, like...
Leave us alone.
Do anything to improve my life or the lives of my family. Just leave us alone. Leave us...
Literally have status quo where nothing happens and nothing improves and...
Or an earthquake
where I could just literally...
Like, give us money! Help us! Help us! And in fact,
They just want the rug of individualism until it hits them, and then they want to, like, you know, cry, you know, for help and welfare and shit, you know, at that point. But even then, some of them are too stupid to even do that, where they're like, nah, no, I broke it down, but you know what? No, fuck you and your welfare bullshit. I don't want nothing that helps me or alleviates my bullshit. Cause fuck progress.
they invite the whole world to come live in our land.
We were built on that.
Leave our countrymen dying in Afghanistan.
No one did.
They say let go of Jesus.
Good.
And let government save.
Okay, whatever.
You can have back your freedoms if you do what we say. Stick your progress where the sun don't shine. So basically just like conservative victim fucking complex 101.
Yeah.
TJ, was this written by Daryl Worley as he's a knob? I don't know who Daryl Worley is. But this is basically just conservative victim complex, the song. Like, oh,
I'm a victim, but I lost my F-150 because they want us to take away our rights.
It's an anti-Biden song where he's saying, like, Biden is coming to you, like, don't, you know, you gotta let Jesus go. No more Biden's a fucking Catholic.
They're going to appeal
bitch.
at least. Hopefully Minnesota Court of Appeals is
Like,
more
what?
reasonable. Well, yeah. I hope so.
Oh my god. What else we got? Yeah, keep your big West baby. If you leave us alone, we'll be just fine. Da 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 da. Stick your progress, the sun don't shine. Is he gonna repeat the chorus here? Alright, here we go. More shit.
They shut down our pipelines. Some more oil.
They shut down our voices. They've shut down our main streets. They've shut down our choices.
What, like
Been us all
you
over,
like
but
your
it's
people
all
are
over
doing?
now.
Like choice for abortion and shit?
We
Yeah.
figured it out.
Okay.
We ain't backing down.
Oh. Really, huh?
Stick your progress for the sun don't shine. So yeah, like more conservative victim complex bullshit.
And a little bit of a threat too in the
And
song.
just like, yeah, man.
Nice.
They fucking trying to control us. Leave us alone, government.
How dare
Build
you
our pipelines.
support our
Keep
police
us-
even
keep
though
us
they're
in war in
government?
Afghanistan forever, but leave us alone. Like what? Figure out what you want. Because, like, building new pipelines and perpetuating the war machine costs money and requires the government to do things. So you can
And also supporting
subscribe
cops.
more. Okay, yeah.
You know, also tends to do
I
the
guess I
same
don't think that's
thing.
an actual lyric. They're just letting me know. I can subscribe for more of this horse shit. Well, that's the worst goddamn fucking song I've ever fucking heard. And I didn't even hear it.
I can just hear it, you know, just by looking at the lyrics, and oh my god, it's just trash.
Our freedom.
This is like the country that is cringe and sucks, and it honestly makes me understand why people do hate the genre, because honestly, it's like what this excuse for country is frankly just.
For sure. I thought it says authentic music at the
I
bottom.
don't even know.
Let's do another little 5-second clip of this.
Oh god! All right, let's do it. I wanna.
Well, we already heard the chorus. Let's hear what the verses sound like.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a hole in this country where its heart used to be.
Oh my god, it's garbage.
Oh god.
Can you imagine actually listening to that and feeling pleasure?
No.
Can you imagine sitting down and having that dude belt something in your ear and actually thinking like this is a pleasant noise?
That hurt my ear. That was unpleasant.
This is the fucking test right here, guys.
Ugh.
Fucking just put this fucking on, and anybody who fucking registers a positive response, we fucking kick him out. We make Canada take him.
Don't make Canada take them.
Problem now. We just shove him up there.
Don't shove them to Canada. Shove them to Hungary or something.
There's a hole in this country where his heart used to be.
My god, dude.
Shut up. Suck a fucking rat dick. What's this? Oh my god, dude. Guys.
Man, these fucking Christian, fucking conservative weirdos, man.
If Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson.
Wait, who, why, what, where?
Work.
Wow, okay.
Then there's just like there's no chance for love in this world. What chance do any of us have? These two couldn't make it. You know what I mean?
Wow, two rich elite bourgeois fuck elitists that have billions of dollars and shit.
In a fucking Lexus commercial yesterday. That was the weirdest fucking shit.
Hey!
I was like,
Oh,
I saw a
I'm
commercial
gonna go
on,
get
and I
him.
heard
Come on! Hey!
I don't remember what fucking song of his it was. I think it was like, Ain't No Glory in the West or some bullshit. I'm like, what? They're like, buy a Lexus. It's like, no! No! Okay, whatever. You know? Dude, guys. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson are calling it quits on their relationship after 9 months together. TMZ has confirmed. Still not as bad as Tom McDonald. I don't know who that is, honestly. Sources close to the couple. Oh, booty. Yeah. Booty. Don't give a shit literally who we're breaking up. No.
Yeah, like, that's kind of how I feel. It's just like, why do I get, like, I mean, TJ, why do you, why? Why do you do this? Oh, maybe this will help, like, okay, and now he's, oh my god. Why? This is literally no one, like, come on, no one cares. Yes. These elite fucking rich cocksuckers, you know, don't deserve each other because they're only in it for each other's money. They were seeing, you know, who can last longer. They tolerate each other. Because they're fake. And two fakes, you know, having a relationship together usually don't last long.
Kanye West is a fucking lunatic. Even though Kanye West is like pure insanity. This is still a fucking massive downgrade from fucking Kanye West. I think that's the real problem here. Can we just talk about the unspoken issue that, like, going from Kanye West to fucking whatever the fuck is just like the downgrade of downgrades? Like, come on, dude. Like, you know? Like, you went from a dude who, yeah, he's crazy, but at least he's fucking cool, to, like, a fucking total dweeb. Like, come on. And he's not funny. He's supposed to be a comedian, right? I don't know.
Who? I mean, I literally forgot who the guy was. Just some dude dating Kim Kardashian.
Maybe he does.
A rich fucking
like he fucking
elitist.
use it or whatever.
I mean, so it's like literally who and literally why and like literally don't care. Like that booty right there is more valuable to me than any of this, because at least I can at least take, you know, some good looks out of that, because some booties.
I laughed my way all the way to a breakup. TJ, that song is light compared to post 9/11. I know there's worse fucking songs out there, but I was on Daily Wire and I saw this dude giving an interview about how great his song was, and I figured it must be terrible, and of course it was.
I'm not surprised.
Dun, 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 dun.
There we go.
Why do we care about any of these child-eating lizards?
Exactly. They are.
Know. That one's got a big butt. That's why I care. You want to know why I care about Kim Kardashian? It's because she's got a big ass. I would never give a shit enough to watch her show or anything.
I mean, it's just too fake.
I like her big butt.
It's too fake.
I think she's pretty. And
no,
I don't like this guy.
I mean,
I don't care about him at all. He can go.
Again, it's just like legit too fake.
I don't know.
Like, come on, bro.
I think she's pretty. I like her. I like her look.
She literally looks like a borderline Barbie doll. Like I ain't there to,
you know,
like.
One of these days, man.
I ain't there for plastic. You know what I'm saying? Like, look. I mean, you do you, boo. That's your thing. It ain't mine. Like I really don't like it. Like maybe like as enhancers. Like if you want like if you're straight flat and you really want to plump it up a little bit. But if you already got some plump and then you want to like hyper plump, it's like come on. It's getting a little too far, yo.
You know?
I mean, natural super plump is alright, but I don't know. It's just like,
might be a good show.
There's ways you can enhance yourself without needing those. I mean, unless, you know, necessary. And I guess, you know, everyone's a little different. But she's just a rich fuck, so I really don't care.
So I'm like, I don't know.
You know, a casual person doing it, sure, whatever, you know.
Dude, this is a popular thing, I guess. It's got like 7.5 million views. A lot of you guys have probably seen it.
What is this?
This is a cartoon that I watched as a kid. Okay, I had this
Is this E-Man?
VHS as a kid,
I can't tell.
I don't know where my mom got it for me or whatever the hell. Or maybe I bugged her to buy it for me in a supermarket or something.
What's the title of it?
This is
Magneto defeats by wooden gun.
Fantastic Four show.
Oh, the old Fantastic Four.
The animation is, I mean, nightmarishly horrible. This is supposed to be Magneto, yes. Reed Richards is about to trick Magneto. I mean, you can probably see here if you can read through the chat. Magneto defeated by wooden gun. All right. Magneto. Magento? I don't know. I call him Magneto. Fuck you.
I defeated you once.
Listen to his fucking voice.
I defeated you once.
He sounds like a barbarian in like some sort of medieval movie or some
Who
shit.
the fuck would ever think
You know what
it's
I mean? Like, whoa,
who
bro.
looks at that character and thinks like, yes, blah, 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 you know, like,
I
what?
have defeated you once.
I shall do it again. No, Magneto. I let.
Look at fucking
Oh my god! What is this?
Look at the fucking look at the fucking proportions.
Oh my! Those aren't even real. Whoa, my god! He's already proportional.
Even as a kid, I knew this shit that happened was fucking stupid. Okay, but I never really.
What is
realized
this?
How
That's
bad this looked when I was a kid.
I don't even.
Let you win before, in order to learn your plan to trap you. But now the victory belongs to the Fantastic Four. Fool! Have you forgotten my invincible magnetic power? No mere weapon can stop me. With but a gesture, I can destroy it, or turn it against you. Behold! I'll make it leap from your hand, and make you it.
The level of exposition, dude, like, why?
Why? What? This is so bad.
Explain, like, aha, you are forgetting my insane magnetic powers. I will now do this thing and describe it before I do it. You know, like, what?
It's like you're just giving the protagonist enough.
Not this time, Magneto. This time I'm fighting for real.
Her ass is fake. You know, I've never objected to some artificial flavor, you know what I mean?
Impossible! It cannot be! Nothing can defy my magnetic power! The Fantastic Four can. You're finished, Magneto. Surrender. You have no other choice. Why? Why will the gun not obey me?
It will not obey me.
I'm helpless. Magnetism. It was my greatest weapon. And without it, I am lost. It's over, Magneto. You'll have a chance.
Such exposition.
I surrender.
Okay. So, like, I'm sure you probably know because of the title, Magneto defeated by wooden gun. The reason that Magneto's power is not working on this gun is because it's made of wood. You'd think that, like, somewhere along the line, Magneto would realize that. I mean, he's wearing a metal helmet. Like, couldn't he just test his power on literally anything metal around? Like, he's wearing metal. He carries metal things with him. Like, he could be like, oh, let me try this. Oh, turns out that I do have my magnetic power still. You know, like, but instead, the second it doesn't work on this gun, he's just like, I give up. I surrender. Obviously, I'm dumb.
Well, looks like I failed. Gun, yep, well, one defeat, I'm done.
Give up. Anything.
Dude, even watching this shit as like a 5-year-old, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. You know? Like,
Anything.
it's that dumb.
Without my power, I cannot fight. And the battle is ended.
It gets worse, though. A signal! So you might be wondering, who the fuck is this little retarded robot?
Who is that?
So,
What in the fuck?
this version of the Fantastic Four does not have the Human Torch. I think his name is Johnny Storm or whatever. I'm not. Like
Human
a
Torch
huge,
wasn't even a thing
Fantastic
yet,
Four
huh?
fan,
Oh
so
my
I don't
God.
know, but he didn't have that because parents groups were like, if children see that guy, they're gonna light themselves on fire, basically.
Oh my God,
So they
Puritans.
didn't fucking put him in there because they were so scared that kids were gonna fucking
These fucking puritanical
light
pieces of
themselves on
shit,
fire.
man.
So yeah, but this is about to get so much
my
dumber
God,
than it already is.
Fucking flying torch. They might
Bella
think
Bell's
they
greatest
can
asset
do that by
would be-
lighting
alright,
themselves on fire.
That's a post
Ow.
that I have to see.
Oh my God.
Bella Bells, Bella Bells. It's Christmas time in the city. I mean, it is pretty nice. And it's tattooed, which is like an extra perk, I feel like.
Close in. Take Magneto prisoner.
Well, at least the robot doesn't have a super annoying voice.
Here come the police. You won't be lonely.
Alright, here come the police. With their fucking metal cars.
And guns.
They're about to put
Okay, Richards.
Metal cuffs on him.
guns.
First, tell me, how did you do it? How did you take away my power? I didn't, Magneto. I merely tricked you. You lie. I couldn't control your gun. You made me lose my magnetism. You're wrong. I just guessed that you'd overlook one simple thing. Your magnetic power only works on metal.
Where the cops are just like standing around like, why are you telling him this?
Oh my god, they are looking like, wait, should he be saying this to them?
About to put him in metal cars. We have metal guns.
And metal
We're about
cuffs.
to put him in, slap him in a pair of metal handcuffs.
I'm like, oh my
How
god.
does any of this work?
Dude, what
I
the...
don't like tatted butts. That gets you a timeout in this chat.
Tatted butts are the best butts, low-key,
You're
though.
gonna fucking go away for a minute and think about what you just fucking said, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Like all magnets.
I do the same.
But my gun isn't real. I made it out of wood, specially to fool you. What?
What? What?
That's why your power didn't work. And it's why you're a prisoner of the police now. Take him away.
That's why you're a prisoner of the police now. Take him away, gentlemen.
A wooden gun. He tricked me with a wooden gun.
You're literally surrounded by metal now, Magneto.
You could do something. You got metal power still. Like, oh my god,
You don't
dude.
want it fucking Reed Richards' fucking head.
Dude, what is that show, bro? He tricked me. My powers are gone. I still believe it, but a wooden gun.
Look at this dumb ass fuck.
Look at him.
Ugh, what a dipshit.
Oh,
wooden gun.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was the shit that we fucking had when I was a kid.
Bruh. Wow.
They showed
That's
that to me as a
sad.
child for entertainment, right?
That is some sad
That's
shit.
how fucking goddamn bad off we were. You fucking kids think you got it bad today. That's the shit I had to
man, I feel like I grew up at the peak of cartoons. I really feel that now. The peak of cartoons, dude.
Garrick, you know, if you weren't already named after a character notorious for telling lies, I would fucking punish you for that. But you know what? I already know you're a liar.
I love it. Dude, you gotta love those old fucking TV shows. From like the 50s, well, mainly like the 60s and 70s. Those cartoons are fucking ridiculous, and that's what made them so great. They all pretty much had like, you know, a very similar fucking cartoon style for the most part, at least, you know. And they all, and it's just basically whether or not the animators were pretty competent enough to actually make it decent. That was pretty much it. But, oh my lord. God, I love that shit, honestly. It's so great. Hey, little Zuko, baby. Oh, look at you. Oh my god, you're so handsome. Who is that handsome? Boy, boy. What are you doing? Really? Hey, you going after your booties? Alright. Yeah, keep looking cute. Oh, look at that cuteness. Oh, that's sweet cuteness. Sweet little boy. But, anyway. I should keep kind of a little time myself, so I think I'll probably wrap it up here. All that fun and shit, so I should need work out a little game plan with my friend Rip City, especially at least for the campus stuff, because, you know, let's let them know I got all my food supplies, and pretty much honestly, at least for everybody, all they have to do is really just kind of bring extra snacks, drinks, and, well, drinks too. That's pretty much about it, honestly. So, anyway, I also got to release the salamander, so with all that said, peace out, and of course, I'll see y'all that next